In that case, welcome to Dicefunctional, where a bunch of friends have fun playing D&D and we share the story with you, our wonderful audience. Warmest of welcomes to you all and welcome to the show. A special welcome to those of you tuning in for the first time. We hope you enjoy the adventures of Fortune's Blade as we continue our journey. Most likely get into a little bit of shenanigans today, but hey, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's part of the fun of playing. A little bit of housekeeping before we begin. As always, if you are looking for previous adventures, or if you want to recommend Dicefunctional to others, great place to start is taking a look either on wherever your favorite podcasting platform is, or over on YouTube. Just search Dicefunctional. That's where you'll find us. Easiest way to do it, easiest way for you guys to look at previous episodes, or to recommend it to people, because, hey, you know what? We all have a little bit of extra time nowadays, it seems, so why not catch up with previous adventures? Great way to do that. That's all I have. Any announcements from anybody else regarding anything else that we're doing?
Nothing on my end, no.
All right, I will take that as good to go. So let's get into the episode. But before we do, we got to introduce the cast. First, we have Becca playing the feisty half-elf rogue warlock. And yeah, she could have floated over the hole, but that would have been too easy. It's Dea.
I forgot!
Actually, you couldn't.
Well, I couldn't go over the hole, but listen, in the heat of the moment, you just never actually done it before. It's a whole thing.
It was too easy. Next is Michelle playing the tiefling wizard and a fireball for crowd control. It's Rudy.
Look, you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay? And sometimes a fireball is the best answer.
It's very true, especially if you're a wizard. Next is Jess playing the tiefling fighter paladin, and holes remain her kryptonite. It's Mercy.
Okay, holes may be my kryptonite, but I just watched Jill hold a switch upside down and get confused.
Pure of heart, dumb of ass.
Speaking of pure of heart and dumb of ass, next we have Jill playing our halfling fighter bard, and even the gun won't let her shoot a dog. It's Ro.
It's been a long day, and it's only 4 o'clock. I'm sorry for whatever's about to happen for the next 3 hours. Jesus Christ.
Mood. Next is Cody playing the Kitsune Oracle and the one who went full Gundam to get to the ship. It's Haru.
Our cups overflow with bad decisions.
If it's Fortune's Blade, usually. Next is Jolly playing our official Precious Bean, the Asmar Sorcerer, and the one who actually chose to fly over the hole. It's Maddie.
It's better than nothing.
There you go. And finally, it's me, Jace, playing the Fearbold Paladin Barbarian, and the one who will now definitely take more time to read, because, hey, that actually worked out pretty well. It's Gale. Featuring a sword that's sometimes a dog and a dog that's sometimes a sword. We got our DM ready. Connor, go ahead and take it away.
It's gonna be so loud.
Oh, God.
So, where we last left our group of intrepid adventurers, they had last attempted to go to the town of Harproy, a lone island right off the coast of Patricia, the last known location of the ship, the Ecclesta, before it attempted to make its way back, only to be overtaken by some unknown thing, parasite, for lack of a better term. Upon arriving there, they were able to get a little bit of information, finding that one other individual from the Ecclesta did manage to escape, an orcish woman by the name of Jotun, who decided to just leave the ship, be done with it all, and make her own little home. She's attempted to do so, only to have the barn she was building burned down. But, yeah, things are going well for her, ish. They then met the innkeeper over in the town of Harproy proper. A very odd man with very pale skin, bulging eyes, and odd demeanor when talking with people. They received some information from him, but ultimately found him to be a bit odd and untrustworthy. While the other two groups were attempting to receive information from the innkeeper and from Jotun, Mercy and a few others decided to go and look at the sites, to inspect the nearby shipwrecks that had been in this island. And upon doing so, they noted a mysterious lack of animals on the island. And then everything started going wrong. Gale, who had been left behind, staying near the ship to read a book and monitor the ship, noted that as the sun was beginning to set, the townsfolk were beginning to come out of their buildings and began marching their way towards the ship. A few that were at the docks themselves began throwing Molotov cocktails at the, I should call them firebombs technically. Firebombs at the ship, burning up part of the dock and landing at least one shot on the ship itself. Gale managed to prevent the ship from sustaining too much damage and from any of his crew members from being hurt. And fortunately, all of Fortune's blades managed to escape onto the boat. But with that said, you guys are now trying to decide what to do about this mystery that is Harproy.
I have a question.
Okay.
There were some scrolls that were in with like the guns and stuff.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Can I look at them?
They are inside of locked boxes.
Can I pick those locks?
You certainly can.
This is coming up because we forgot we had them.
I
Yeah.
had a feeling that was the reason.
Yeah.
Well,
And
first,
you never know what's useful.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
first I'm going to investigate the box for traps because I'm smart
That's fine.
and I learn from mistakes. It's 23.
23 on the investigation check reveals that they are both trapped.
Great.
Good job, Dan.
I did it. Now I want to deactivate those traps.
Okay. It's a thieves' tools check.
Is it still these? Okay.
Yeah, with both.
Whoop, 17.
Okay.
And a 16.
Okay. So going at the two boxes with your thieves' tools, you know enough about the traps to know that they're most likely needle-based, something that's supposed to fly out and jab whoever tried to open the box. So you very carefully undo the spring that is supposed to launch the needle at the individual, and you do manage to disable both of the traps on the box.
Yes. Amazing.
So yes, and opening up the boxes inside, you would find that there are 2 spell scrolls.
Oh.
Can I?
Alright.
Can I look at them?
Yes.
Do I have to identify, or can I do an Arcana check to see if I know what they are?
I'll double check the rules, but I think you can just do an Arcana check.
I'm pretty sure you
you're,
can.
You're a wizard.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do an Arcana check. Why? Okay. Wow, that was dumb. 16 and a 22.
16 or 22. Let me just double check. They should. Wait, in that case, that may be a little iffy. One of them you can definitely identify.
Yeah, the second one, because I figure the 22 I can.
Yes, the 22 you can absolutely identify it with no issues. That appears to be a spell of Summon Greater Demon.
Ooh.
Oh fuck! I'm not really.
The
Oh,
other
no.
one, you know it to be strong magic, but you can't identify it.
Can I do an identify spell on that?
I
On
believe,
that one?
considering that the exact wording on scrolls is that if it is of your spell list, you can identify it with no issues. I'll say yes, an identify spell will be how you identify something that you can't just do that.
Oh, because it's not.
Could-
It's not a
Could
spell. Yeah.
Haru attempt to identify it?
You certainly can.
And would he be able to guidance himself for it?
You certainly can give it a shot.
Rudy. So Rudy's going to take the summon greater demon thing. She's going to hold on to that because she knows she can do it. Because that is a spell I can do. Correct?
Yeah, you're a wizard.
18.
18.
Damn.
It's an 18. So let me just double check this spell.
I have access to the cleric spell list.
You have access to the cleric spell list.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, I need to note that. Where is it? Where is it?
Oh my god, summon greater demon is.
You know what's really alarming about that? That was in a ship going to Patricia.
Yeah, that is a little bit alarming.
I was making the comment. I was like, gee, I wonder where this is going.
That is.
This
That's
spell
not-
is not on the cleric spell list, nor is it on the wizard spell list.
Alright. We'll worry about it later then. This was just
Yeah.
a.
Well, hold
And
on.
the word like spell.
What?
No,
No.
I was gonna say, is it possible, Maddie?
You mean sorcerer? No.
Yeah. Oh,
Just-
it
just-
would be a.
I'll be
it's a
honest with you
druid.
right now. It's not on a spell list that you guys have access to.
It's on a druid spell list, which is
Exactly.
like literally the
Just
only
put it-
one.
Now, let's get to what's on hand
Okay.
now that we've
Actually,
fixed the
Well,
mistake.
no, I can do
And I will
identify.
say this, shush. And I will say this for the sake of argument, because Gale, you were raised by druids. It is almost certainly in druidic script in some way, but what it is, you don't know.
I will cast identify on it then.
Okay. Casting identify upon the spell, you'd see that it is Wall of Thorns.
That's pretty neat.
Well, this is not really something any of us can do, but
I
maybe
can still
we can,
hold on to it.
we can hold on to it, and we can maybe give it to. I don't know. We'll figure
We'll
it out.
figure it
A
out.
word druid.
We don't have a druid.
So one of these spells was going to the north, and one of these spells were going to the south. That's what I'm hearing.
Sounds like it. Okay. What time of day is it?
It's late, isn't it?
It's late. It's approaching night.
So, should we just head towards the south?
I think we're already on that blue dot. Oh,
Yeah.
not
Yeah. I meant, like, do you guys want to start here, or do you want to try to
Uh,
go around here? If I can get.
we can start at that lower right area and check that place out, and then figure out what we want to do to investigate the town a little bit more sneakily.
Sneakily, so you mean with the people and armor being very quiet?
Sticky little sticky snake.
Well, I have passed without trace, so we'll manage.
I know, but it's funnier to think of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys want to go to the southernmost point first?
Yeah, we're going.
'cause- Finish your
Yeah.
thought.
But no, yeah, it was like we're checking out this area that we haven't had the chance to really check out yet.
Well, because
Okay.
we can go bump, bump, and then up.
So I'd like you guys to. You're going to be using dinghies, right?
Yes.
I believe
Yeah.
so. Yes, our ships stay in a safe
Yes.
position.
Yeah. So considering the size of your group, and namely considering the size of Gale. Sorry, Jace. You guys are going to have to take 2 dinghies.
I assumed.
I can do it
Yeah.
anyway.
It is, I believe it is water vehicles, which is its own proficiency to navigate the waves over to shore.
Well,
And basically, you guys just need to tell me where you're aiming for.
I would assume
Like,
like
just-
right here.
Yeah, you can just like
Yeah.
show me on the map. It's no big
yeah,
deal.
kind of on that shore between the those rocks.
They are pointed rocks.
Yeah, we're gonna avoid sailing through those because I believe
Wherever,
no one has watercraft.
wherever it looks easiest to like
Yeah.
get onto the island.
Ah,
If that's the case, Dea, since you are an experienced sailor, you can make, say, a survival check to find out what will be the best way to navigate.
Okay.
But you guys still do need to have someone make the check to get there.
That is a 15 with the wayfinder.
It's a 50.
Mhm.
So yeah, really, your first thoughts were pretty correct. Right here would be a good idea. It's far enough from the town to not be a big problem. It's far enough from whatever this is to not be a problem, and there aren't too many spikes to deal with. So in theory, that would be a good idea. So now you guys are going to have to make some. Yes.
oh, I was just turning back on. 'cause
Okay.
you can get it to let a cat in.
Oh, okay.
Scratched at the door.
So we're going to need 2 strength checks to.
Gail, would you
Yep.
like to take one?
Yeah, it's like, should we split the tanks up and let them take care of that?
Just a straight strength.
I believe,
straight,
yeah.
It's straight strength because ordinarily it'd be a proficiency check for water vehicles. So unless someone here is trained in that, yeah.
No, I'm
Finally,
land.
my time to shut.
Shut the hell up.
I apologize. I would use my luck, but I only have one left, and I try to save that for battles.
That's
Alright.
fine.
Jace?
All right, so I'm doing strong fangs.
Yes.
Strong thing, yes.
I didn't mean to roll that with advantage, but it's a 13.
It's still a 14.
Still better than
So,
Mercy.
yeah, Gale, you'd be able to get from where you guys were over to the shore with no real issues, to be honest. Mercy, it's a little bit more intense as effort goes, but you're able to do it.
Fucking plate mail.
Yeah, that's the big issue you're seeing. Now, you note that once you guys manage to get onto shore, with relative ease, you guys can find a spot to kind of like stash the boats. You don't know how well that will work come daytime, but at the very least, right now, when it's night, you don't necessarily have to worry about, say, camouflaging the boats. But it's night. So, you guys will be able to make your way up onto the actual island proper. And now your plan is to just make your way over towards that area, about a mile off.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
southeast.
Okay.
And we can go stealthily since that won't affect our speed.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, excuse me.
and we don't want the off chance of the villagers fanning out and
Hunting.
hunting us down.
And hunting, yes.
Yes.
We'll be fine. So,
So, you guys all going to make stealth checks, or are you going to do pass without a trace back up?
I think past that trace only lasts like an hour.
It only lasts an hour, but a mile of movement isn't that long.
Yeah, but I want to save it for when we're. I only have 2 spell slots, and I want to save it for when we're dealing with the town more so.
We
so,
also move double speed out of combat.
That is also true.
So
Okay.
I'm just gonna
so-
hold off for now, unless we feel like we need it for the area.
So I'll take some stealth checks.
Alright.
I rolled so bad.
Mercy!
20.
Stealth.
I will be
Mercy
in
makes up for
fox
me.
Stealth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Maddie.
It's okay. Me and Ro made up for Maddie and Rudy.
Yeah, we evened out.
And Dea made up for us too.
Yeah. We got 3 good ones and 4.
Ohio's a little fox.
Oh, and add a +4 to that because the fox form has proficiency.
So Haru has a 15.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you guys begin making your way over towards the southern point of the island. Staying to the shadows and sticking to what underbrush and foliage you can find. As you're making your way over there, you find that you're looking at what appears to be a set of these tall stone, almost like pillars, rough-hewn out of this dark, grayish-black rock that makes these little, almost like walkway areas.
So it's Stonehenge.
Like Stonehenge is the right idea, yes.
Yeah.
You guys are going to making your way over towards it. I'll have you you guys make perception checks.
Everyone or
Everyone. It's not a big thing in my mind because right now you guys are trying to keep an eye out. I'm assuming.
Mercy's
That's-
so impressed by her stealthiness that she's just like.
you know what's really funny? I'm proficient in perception.
He's too busy humming the Pink Panther theme.
No, I'm humming the song Krunk does.
Ba, ba, ba. Keen sense. Are you gonna go with smell? Okay.
Wow.
Looks like Gale and Day are on it today.
Yeah. So, in that case, I'll go with low up. Mercy, you're too busy humming. Michelle,
It's a natural 20, even better.
Michelle, with your eyesight being the way it is now, it's difficult. You can see in the dark, but it's just not the same. And you note that as it becomes more further and further into the night, fog is beginning to rise. Ro and Maddie, you guys are aware of what's occurring around you, but you don't note anything dangerous immediately. But you don't get any special details. Haru, as you are with the pack and going along, you would note a vaguely a smell that reminds you vaguely of low tide coming from the main circle over here. Now Gale and Dea, as you two easily got the highest. Gale, since you don't have dark vision, what you would see is instead that further towards the center of the ring, there is this dim glow coming from the very center of it that has this odd kind of refractive movement to it. Something that reminds you more like a light shining off of water. And you do note that there are occasional movements around it. Dea, with your devil sight, you would note that there is a large crowd of these fish people.
Oops.
If you were to estimate, you'd say about 12 of them right now.
Oh.
And there are 2 standing at the center of it right now.
Whoops. Well,
What do you guys want to do?
I don't see shit, so.
I do pass this information along and get people to stop walking towards it, and I'm kind of interested to see what people in the center are doing.
Does it seem like some sort of ritual?
It does seem like it's possibly some kind of ritual. Also, I made a mistake. It's 13 around, 2 in the middle.
Okay.
My mistake.
So like 15 total.
15 total.
And they all look like frog people?
That kind of froggy, fishy look to them, yeah.
Okay.
Well, maybe we can find out what they're worshiping. Maybe we can find out if it's connected to everything.
You kind of hunker down and spy on them, maybe.
You guys can certainly do that if you want.
Are we getting closer?
It's up to you. You are close enough that the individuals who pass with high perception checks can make stuff out. Haru through scent, Dea through observed vision, Gale through really a mixture of vision and scent, because you're more relying off of like what you're hearing and what you're seeing and like the movement of shadows and stuff like that, because you have enough sight to see stuff that's occurring, but like not detailed. All right, Jace?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna leave it to the people who can see. Do you feel comfortable sitting here to watch?
Yeah, we can kind of hide and watch. I don't want to get too much closer because I don't want to get spotted, but I do know Ro has her spyglass. I don't think she'd let me borrow it.
Ro, without saying anything, Ro will like aggressively put it towards Dea.
Okay.
Fucking take it!
I was gonna say, Dan, don't you have the ability to make animals?
That too. That I do.
I was gonna
But Darcy
do.
did notice that there was not a lot of animals here.
Yeah, I was gonna use Snowball, but I think she'd stick out. So.
If you put a bird near them, they will probably shoot it down immediately.
Or eat it. They seem like they're that kind of freaky.
I mean, that's why I was.
Send frogs.
Send in the frogs.
You can send frogs, but frogs move very slowly.
I think it's their children.
There hasn't been any children.
I live by
This
the
is
frog
also
and
true.
dive.
You remember that there were no children.
Because they're all in little lakes. They're fucking tadpoles,
They're all
dude.
Regardless.
I could make either like rats or
A
try to
snake,
mimic
maybe?
their dogs or snakes. Yeah.
It's up to you, man. They're your familiars you're going to be using.
You guys can either go with the familiar, or you could just sit and watch, or you could leave. It's up to you.
There's also a chance they'll be gone during the day.
Yeah.
But the question is, are the ones that were attacking the boat still out there? And then these ones here, the village could be emptier. But do we really want to risk that yet?
Can I do something weird? I have a weird suggestion. Here it is.
Okay.
Can I scry
On who?
on someone in there?
No. Because scrying requires you to know them. Seeing someone is not the same as knowing
I can
somebody.
scry. I can scry on an area. as well.
You can certainly scry on an area, yeah.
So I could scry on that specific. Nah, it's a 5th level spell as well. I don't wanna do this.
Since the night is young, I'm actually not gonna do Flock of Familiars because again, I only have 2 spell slots, and one of them's probably going to be going to Pass Without Trace at least once.
So we could just listen.
So I can graciously borrow Rose's spyglass, and we can hide and see what's going on there. And I guess you can also scry on the location if you want.
No, it's fine.
We leave it
Save
up
that.
to the
Save
3 of
that.
you that can see shit.
Okay. We're gonna spy on them.
Okay. So using the rose-tinted spyglass that. Oh wait, no, Jill. Didn't we use the spyglass
Oh,
as a
well, we use
scope?
it as scope. Yep, never
Yeah.
mind.
So you could give her your rifle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very. Ro has to, like, this is not something Ro is just like, yeah, sure, take it. Ro stops you. And is like, this is gonna sound weird. Be nice. Be nice to my gun. Okay.
How's it gonna be mean?
I just have to take precautions. Be nice. Be gentle. Treat it as a friend. Possibly even lover-like treatment.
No, don't do that.
It
Just try to
kind
get
of
really
looks
gross.
like a mild, disgusted look, but she handles the gun very, like, gingerly.
Okay. So, using the scope and getting away from the idea of fucking a gun.
That's it. I'm out of here.
You can. You really don't even have to make another check. So, using the scope and watching in, you'd see that the 13 that are on the outside circle of this ring of stones they're kind of doing this like almost like a weaving chain-like movement as they go like in between each stone and then to the next one, and then they kind of like slalom around them. In this like very odd movement, they start to kind of like say something, which you can vaguely make out, but not perfectly. But you do at least hear the words "in deep."
Oh, more deep.
Yes,
Alright.
more deep. Oh, bless us, Lord of the sunken seas. Sorry, sunken ships. And what you see in the middle is one particularly large fish person. And he appears to be holding this almost like a book that's all very tattered and ratty looking. And there's another smaller fish person next to him. And he is saying something, again, along the lines of, bless us, Lord of the sunken ships. Forgive us for the lack of offering. Take one of our own as penance. And he takes this smaller fish person that is near him, and he lifts him up, and he just rams them down into the this water that is at the very center of this pit, held in this like large stone basin.
Fucking rip.
Stop it!
I was writing fan fiction in
Ew.
the chat.
For the listeners who may be listening to this later, Cody wrote fan fiction of the gun.
It's a joke.
God. It's far too sensual.
As you continue to watch through the scope of the rifle, you see that the smaller fish person begins to thrash and move around violently, as eventually something else comes up from the water at the center, and they look like these large tendrils that grab the smaller creature and rip it down into the water, and it disappears.
Okay.
Cool.
I want that book.
So, are we thinking it's connected now?
Nah. I actually don't know because that would mean the guy is living underneath me.
I mean,
Yeah,
not necessarily. If he's very powerful, he can probably manifest in multiple ways.
Maybe. Whatever it is, I want that book.
Seriously?
And we need to check that out when they're gone.
We should certainly be careful near it. But
I was
if
thinking of
it's
seeing
still
if I could.
active.
Yeah, I was thinking I could
Because-
maybe send like a fish down or something. Well, that might be wasting a spell slot, but you know.
A fish going down's gonna get got.
But what about 3 fish?
You just gave him dinner. Or a light
Just
snack.
had dinner.
Then a light snack.
Do they leave after all this is done? Or do they stay there?
How long are you guys going to stay and watch? This is largely up to Gale, Dea, and Haru. As you guys are the ones who can perceive, air quotes, Haru and Gale, you guys are depending more off of hearing and smelling.
Wait. Hold on.
Yes.
Okay. There's no like distance limit on this. I'm gonna put a hunt's calling mark on the big guy.
Okay.
I want to find out where he goes. And
I
takes the
don't
book.
think they'd be aware of it. I'll
No.
double check.
There's nothing here that would say they'd be
I
aware of it.
I think it's invisible as well.
Yeah, I think I'm inclined to say yes, it probably is.
Well, also like the hunt's calling, the way it's worded. I know it's like something you and Jace created, but
It's based off of Hunter's Mark.
Yeah.
And with Hunter's Mark, it really is as simple as you see the creature, and you mystically mark it.
yeah.
It is a 90-foot range, though.
This doesn't have a range on it.
It should say that in the actual page. It should say that it is.
I copied it from the page.
Does it say per Hunter's Mark?
What?
Like the spell Hunter's Mark.
No.
Hold on a second.
I'm pretty sure I copied it all verbatim. And like, it's not a mystic mark. It's just like,
It is intended to be just like Hunter's Mark.
okay, well,
But either way, it still doesn't make much of a difference. You can mark them if you want, but what you'd be doing is you'd be waiting for them to come by, and then mark them.
yeah. I just want to figure out where he goes. But that lasts for an hour if I just use one charge. So I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. So, just delete that. So if you guys are going to sit and watch and continue waiting, it'll only go on for another 10 to 15 minutes, and then the ritual will end, and they'll begin filing out of the circle, going back along the walkway back to town, and they will, assumedly, begin to go back to their homes. You counted 14 leaving, and there were 15 there initially.
Is this the point when we go investigate it?
Yeah, we can if we want to.
Perhaps.
They're not here, so the only thing we have to really be careful about is that weird circle in the middle of the water.
So don't let me near it because holes in my weakness.
Yes.
All right. Let me quickly grab your tokens.
That's never a good
Right.
sign.
I will be approaching it with detect magic already active.
That's fine. There are like 5 people in this group who can all use Hunter's Mark, detect magic in some manner. So I'm really not terribly worried about that.
Yeah.
Hey, to be fair, I don't think I have it prepared today.
Okay.
I don't. I have protection from good and evil prepared instead.
So there you are. Our blind people, namely Ro and Gale.
And me.
I'm referring to the ones who can't see in dark. Ro's kind of the biggest one to ask. Ro, are you going to use your lantern?
Not until I know that we are good to go. I just have like a hold on like the back of Mercy's shirt or something.
You can grab her tail.
I don't think I want to do that. I think I will grab Mercy's shirt. I don't think I would ever grab anyone's tail. Anyone's.
But my tail is essentially like a hand. It's prehensile.
Here,
That's
it's
gross.
it's like a snake coming out of your butt. I don't want to do
Okay,
that.
also gross.
Technically, it comes out from above the butt.
So,
It's like a snake coming out from above your butt.
stop it. So, as you guys begin making your way over towards the stone circle, again, you see as I described, rough-hewn, dark gray, black stones, a few of which have these adjoining large rocks that will go above the top and kind of connect the two. And the circle itself, you see that there are 15 of these rough-hewn stone pillars around. Sorry, let me double check my count because my math is good. 8, 12. Sorry, there are 14 of these stones around the circle itself, and then there's this one large rough-hewn stone basin made of the same material with this oddly reflective and bright material. And yes, I know it's dark for you guys. Also, hold on,
Just
let me.
making
I was
sure.
just confirming. I know I can't see shit.
Shut the fuck up, Jake. You little snot.
My favorite thing is because Ro can't see, I can't even see her token, so I couldn't move her if I wanted to.
Oh.
I'm just chilling.
Oh wait. I found a little thing.
You just have to hover over it. It's like that cow game
Yeah.
where the moo gets louder.
So, since you guys are down to people who are basically blind, what do you want to do?
I can quickly scout out the area to see if it's safe to use a light.
Okay, perception check.
There shouldn't be anyone here, but just
There
to
we
be
go.
careful. There's a 17.
That's 17. Okay. Doing a quick once over, moving around the area, trying to find anything you can. You would not note anybody around here.
I would say it's probably safe to use the lantern. I wouldn't light a torch, because that could be seen from far away, but the lantern is a bit different, I think.
Gail, do you want to
Then the lantern is on.
come closer to the lantern?
Yeah,
Sure.
stay close to the road.
That's it. I
Alright.
prefer people who can't see to be near other people who can provide light.
Also, you guys can move your characters now. You have free reign.
I am
Alright.
cautiously
I'm
approaching
gonna
that
go
basin.
there.
Jesus.
No, maybe I'm gonna go there. No, I'm
Gale
gonna go
jumps
here.
off the
Maybe there.
cliff.
Do you want to be?
This is like, I am going swimming.
Jace, what have I done to you?
This is like one of those cartoon scenes where
I'm
the
doing
character's
this
just
thing where I
running.
can't. I don't know where I'm moving, so I'm just moving to wherever I feel like.
Wait, stop. You should have vision.
I have no vision. It is completely pitch
Oh,
black.
whoops. I ticked off the wrong one. I apologize.
He's producing
Oh,
light.
that's much better. I'll
Yeah.
actually feel
Yeah.
well now that I know where I'm going.
God, Jace, you're really punchy today. Christ, man. It was a mistake. I'm sorry.
I love it. Hey,
Fuck.
I had the opportunity. I had to take it.
Yeah, thanks, Dick.
Noticing the giant hole, and how wide across it is, Busty's gonna go, "Hey, Gale.
Hmm.
You can mold earth with that hammer, can't you?
I can.
Should we cover the hole?
Not yet. Wait.
I
By the
mean,
giant.
It'll take me a couple minutes to do that.
Okay, we'll investigate it first, and then I feel like we should cover it.
That's probably a good idea.
I'm not
I'm
going
with
near
it.
it.
I'm within 30 feet of it, so if I put on the glasses, does it like ping anything for me?
It is almost certainly magical. Yes.
Well, there's something there.
If
I
you were
will
to try and guess what kind of spell class it's associated with,
Mm-hmm.
it looks to be something like conjuration.
So is it a portal? Do you think we? I'm not suggesting we do this. This is just a curiosity question. If we drop something in it, will something come out?
You know, Mercy, I was considering lobbing a stone in there.
Yeah, I was thinking more like we all step back and then maybe throw one of those familiars you can summon in it.
Well,
Ritual sacrifice.
Goodbye.
anyway,
You ridiculed my idea, and now you want me to do it?
well, I mean, doesn't Ro have Mage Hand? We can all stand back, and we can have the Mage Hand drop something in there, so we're very far away and not have to worry about it coming for
We're
us.
30 feet.
Do I have mage hand?
Yes, yes, you do.
Yes, you do. That's how you got.
Y'all, I have not looked at the spell portion of my
That's
spell
how-
sheet.
No, you and Gil never look at your spells.
I forgot it was
That's
there
how you
somehow.
got the drawing paper. Like you picked it up with your Mage Hand. That's the
So,
only reason.
okay.
so busy looking at gun that she never looked at spell.
Yeah, you don't need spell when you have gun.
You have
Bullet, enough magic.
You cast shoot bullet.
Exactly.
But if we're gonna do that,
Yes.
I suggest everyone stand behind a rock.
Oh yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was saying we all be
Yeah, we
you
can
know,
stand a bit
very
back.
far away from this thing.
Drop a stone in with Mage Hand, and call it a day.
Yeah,
Just
all
so
of you
that-
guys can move to where. Tell me where you're moving, and then move yourselves there, and then Jill, do your thing.
Oops, what's the...
Just literally say,
I do that.
You're just gonna like drop the stone in there.
Yeah.
Pretty much,
Okay.
just a little pebble.
So you use Mage Hand to lift up a small stone, and just have it levitate up and over this oddly colorful pool of water, because that's what it looks like. And then you just drop the stone, and it goes. Because it sends it out into the water.
Great. Anyway.
it sounds like you need that weird book you said they had.
Maybe. Or
you
else it
need
needs to be
something
alive. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping for a more optimistic thing, honestly. Alright, so which one's going in?
I'll do it. No, I'm just kidding.
I
And
mean,
snowball it. Spelllock and sword,
Wait.
right?
excuse me.
Send in your lizard.
I only summoned him once today.
Throw the lizard in.
Actually, I have an idea.
Oh, no.
First of all, Snowball is a bird right now, so that wouldn't really work.
Oh no, it's not a serious idea. If we did this, I think Avila would kill us.
We're not sending in Jim. We're not sending in Jim.
After how nice we've been to him, we're not gonna sacrifice him to a tentacle monster.
Ritual sacrifice.
Look, I've not seen any other cats, and the only dogs I know are my own.
You really want me to?
It's not necessary right now. It's just more of a thought.
No.
I do think it's the book that they need.
I don't know about that. It might just be because what sometimes happens is the ritual is just basically fancy stuff, and what they really need is live sacrifice. And it's just like they just made up the ritual to go with it, and correlation means they think it helps triggers it. Can't tell from one.
If we want to try live, I do still have a fishing rod, but that feels like it would take time. That's we can use.
If we want to try live, I'll use flock of familiars.
We
I'll
could
summon
just
them.
go. We could just go fishing in the hole.
We could go fishing in the hole.
I don't want to. I don't want to pull up that
Like,
tentacle
don't
monster.
starve together. Just
Do these wounds look any kind of significant, by the way? Or do they just look like a weird location they set up?
Just looking at them, they appear to be some kind of a dark gray black stone, very rough hewn. The one thing that stands out to immediately is that it is not the same stone as what is surrounding it.
that's what I was gonna ask.
The stone that makes up this island, as this is blatantly obvious, is much more like a sandstone, kind of a nice bright yellowy orange color. This is dark,
Like slate.
like slate almost, or basalt, something like that.
In all my travels, would I have any idea where this rock could be found?
I was gonna ask if I could like look at it and like kind of
Like if there's like
it
common
and see
area.
maybe not lick it. Oh my god, Rudy doesn't
I
lick
mean,
things.
That's
She's
how
not
geologists do it.
That's how you tell if it's a fossil or a rock. If your tongue sticks, it's a fossil.
You can also
Really?
sort of figure out the composition of dirt by eating it.
Well, because bones are porous.
Oh, I didn't know that. Still, ew.
My anthropology teacher taught me that.
I do really want to send something down there, so
It's up to you guys. Tell me what you want
I
to do.
might burn a spell slot.
If we're gonna do that, you might want to let me get back behind a rock, because I've been walking in a circle looking at all of this.
Oh yeah. Well, it takes a minute to cast anyway, so.
In that minute, we will all stand behind rocks again.
Yeah.
Do you want
will-
fish or frog? Or crab?
Frog. Oh, or crab.
I will ask this real quick, because I'm gonna ask everything with this. Do you think the rocks are important, or are they just cool shit they brought in?
Exterior design.
Like, is there magic coming off the rocks? For the people
mean,
who are...
I'm wearing glasses. I would be able to tell.
It looks like they are. It's more so that they are part of this entire setup.
Yeah.
So yes, technically, but it's more so like they are a part of this array.
Okay. That's it. I'm just trying to find ways we could throw them off the rhythm if necessary.
Are they movable? Are the rocks movable?
What are you doing?
Could we move the... Because Gail and I could probably move one of the smaller ones.
Are they like? Can we move them, or are they in the ground?
They are definitely in the ground, but you could certainly still try to move them.
I mean,
Okay,
I'm not
well-
because I'm not
We'll
strong
try
enough.
that
Yeah.
later.
Yeah. Let's try that after I'm gonna summon crabs because they can go on both land and water.
Gotcha.
Crab.
Crab time.
Crab.
Crab. Do the crab emote. Except you can't because it's tier 2.
Nah,
Uh,
I can.
Oh, you're logged into Dicefunctional
I
on
know.
the other laptop. Aha! There you go.
So, you summon 3 crabs.
Yes.
These large, kind of spindly-legged ones.
Really? Spider crabs?
Yeah, they're spider crabs.
Okay, whatever.
These large spider crabs begin moving their way over towards the water. All 3 of them will stand, like, looking at this pool, looking down.
And I'm looking through one of them.
You're looking through one of them. Your crab and all the crabs around it seem very, very reticent to do so. They don't wish to go into it.
Motherfucker, I'm controlling you.
And you will note that one of them, the one on the left, kind of gets an odd look in its eyes where the color kind of glazes over and becomes a bit emeraldy. And then that one just kind of walks in.
Oh.
Ooh.
Can I switch my perception to that frog? Good.
Frog?
Crab. Crab.
I'm going to make a frog crab as an enemy now.
Crab.
Just a giant frog with crab arms.
Sideways.
Crab.
Um,
You can swap your vision to that one if you want.
yes.
Well, actually, no, you can't. Because
can?
there's a distance limit on it. You can't swap your vision to that one.
Ooh.
But
I have it within a mile.
I know.
It went away. It's not there anymore.
I know.
So did it disappear?
It is a portal.
It is a portal. I will tell
Yes!
you that right
Is it? Oh, could it be like to the plane of water or something?
now. You do not know.
We
So,
can't
like,
tell.
okay, so when it hopped in, did I see it? When we're through my other crab, did I see it descend or did it disappear? Like, is it still going?
I'm double checking
or...
the wording on it. There's nothing about it not being able to, like, for it to have disappeared after a mile. I don't see it, at least.
What?
It
No,
doesn't-
like. You said there's a distance.
Yeah, there's a distance for when you can swap into its vision. After it goes
Yeah.
out 100 feet, you can't swap into its vision. You can tell it to keep going.
No, I have communication with it. It's flock of familiar. It's not familiar.
While your familiar is within 100 feet of you, you can communicate with it telepathically.
I thought it was a mile.
It is 100 feet. either way, it's well out.
The version I have is a mile.
But you can have the one that you were controlling walk in with no issues. So having the one that you are controlling walk into
Familiars
it.
summoned by this spell can telepathically communicate with you and share their visual or auditory senses while they are within 1 mile of you.
That's weird.
I believe this is the version that I grabbed from D&D Beyond, but I'd have to double check that.
So, having the one that you are controlling go into the water, what you see is that the crab suddenly just kind of appears floating in water, just open water. Looking up, trying to get its bearings around, the crab will look around and try and see what's around it. But within an instant, you will feel multiple things as you're looking through its eyes. You feel a very large amount of pressure. You feel bitter coldness around you. You note that it is pitch black, save for some distant bioluminescent lights around you. And you feel currents moving around you everywhere. And very swiftly, you will feel the crab be seized by something and begin to be lifted upwards. And looking through the crab's eyes, the last thing you will see is one massive eye and a very odd lamprey-like mouth. And then that's it, the crab's gone.
Plane of water, maybe? Well, I report all this to my team, obviously.
Double check one thing.
I don't know if familiar spells work across planes.
I'm pretty sure they do not.
So if it went to another plane, I think I would lose senses.
It's like going through a tunnel when you're on a phone call.
That's certainly an analogy.
Am I wrong?
No, I won't say you're wrong.
Oh, I forgot these familiars can do touch spells. I forgot. No, whatever. It makes literally zero difference. I don't even think I have a touch spell.
So, are you going to tell your team?
Yeah. I report all this information.
Well,
Anyway, that's fucking weird.
I mean, it was somewhere very deep, right? Generally, isn't that?
Yeah.
Or it's very dark at the bottom of the ocean. From everything I've read, I assume that.
And it was on this plane because I was still able to see through my familiar.
Would I know, Connor? How much would I have read? Like saying, like, if I've like studied, if I knew we were going on the ocean, Rudy would have probably looked it up. How much would I know about like deep ocean shit?
Can
I roll something to know how much I would know?
Knowledge nature.
Okay. Because like Rudy, for me, if she like knows we're gonna go on the ocean for a while, she would have probably read something. So, how successful was she? I don't know. We'll see. Nature. Natural 20.
Wow.
Yeah, you would note that the further down underwater you go, the more crushing the depths become. It becomes bitterly cold, save for a few spots where they believe there may be some kind of geothermic activity, in which case it is burning, boiling hot. As for currents and the like, no one really is entirely sure, but they know that once you go past a certain point, especially if you don't have any kind of a spell backing you up, you're probably gonna die.
So, from everything you've told me, Dea, it sounds like it's somewhere very deep. Which leads me to believe that it is in fact connected to the Sea Lord or whatever they call him, because he was also very deep. You seem to be very against the idea that it's the same thing.
No, I wasn't against it. I just like couldn't be sure. But no, I think it is.
Just
now.
seems
Most
very much
likely.
connected. Yes. Okay. Good to know.
Well, if we
I
wanted
wasn't
to
against it. I
confront
just didn't want to make assumptions just because they're both on the water. Like, there's a lot of things in the
Oh,
ocean.
that's why I wasn't. That's not why I was making an assumption. It was more they attacked us almost upon sight, as soon as, and the emissary told us they would be attacking us. I sort of assumed. I don't think that other multiple things would be attacking us. I think.
Cody, what are you saying?
Well,
Sorry.
we now know an easy way to get to him, if it is him.
I'm also, yeah. I mean, sure, if you want to.
As for getting back,
It's for
that's
getting
another
back.
issue.
This does kind of make me think, as I thought originally, the ritual has pretty much nothing to do with it. They just shove him through the portal, and he goes, "Ooh, food."
So in that case, they're just stupid cultists, not brainwashed cultists.
They could be both, but yeah.
I mean,
Cults are
this
not
thing
always
does
logical.
not seem very smart. He's just like food. So why would the cultists be smart? I don't know.
I mean, someone who's big and dumb doesn't seem to be the type to require complex rituals. That's for sure. But unless we want to use this personally, we can. If you still want to like cover it up, we probably could.
I mean, at very least, he'll set them behind a few days.
Yeah.
I mean,
wonder
Gil,
what would happen if they didn't feed it.
that's the question.
Maybe it'll eat the whole island.
That would be interesting. Or worse, it would attack some sort of shore.
Gail, do you want to do the honors?
Just break it.
Put a bunch of stone over it, or break it. Up to you, Lily. Player's choice.
I mean, it'd take a bit. Because it doesn't look like it could probably lift some of these bigger stones, right?
Probably not. No, because you're being treated with mold earth as if you are. So you have the 5th level evolved cantrip for that. So yeah, I don't think at this point it could.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want help, I can
How
help
far are
move
we?
stuff.
Question: how far are we from the town?
Jess, what were you saying?
I was talking to Gil. I was like, if you need help, I can probably help move rocks to make it easier.
Yep. How far are you from the town? Correct, Michelle?
Yeah.
Let me get the exact distance.
I worry about them hearing us. Is my issue.
Just about like 1.8 miles, so nearly 2 miles.
Maybe we shouldn't do it right now because they only left a few minutes ago, so they might be able to hear if we're moving things. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Sure. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So maybe
a
wait.
bit and then
Yes.
Come back
maybe
during
I can
daylight.
just break,
That also might be a good idea.
Break what?
just break everything that's around this. Maybe I start with that instead of
Make them
trying
feel
to
real
cover
bad.
it. That might
would
work
be-
better.
Yeah. Do you want help?
We'll wait a bit and then I'll try moving some of the earth first just to see what happens to it.
So we're gonna wait a few minutes standing beside the creepy portal hole.
I mean, I could just run up and hit it now.
I know, it's more just the fact that I don't like being near it.
I mean, it shouldn't do anything if you don't go near it, but go in it.
Just getting a look on the outside.
Although,
I can't know what's going to happen around a hole with me. I keep falling.
I mean, in fairness, one of my familiars did kind of act weird, so I probably don't want to be like right next to it, but
Maybe then you guys should stay kind of close to me so I can aura of protection all of you. Just a thought in case you need to, like, I don't know, resist the urge.
Perhaps.
Don't walk towards the light.
Don't turn green.
So,
But Gil said he got green.
Ow.
so giving it, what are you guys gonna give it, like 10 minutes, something like that?
I guess so.
Giving it like 10 minutes, letting the villagers get further and further away. Standing nearby the circle, Haru, I'd like you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, God. You're standing too far to get the advantage, Haru.
After we told you to come closer.
I said that it might be a bit slow and stuff, but
Ooh.
Oh, natural 20.
Yeah, it's still fine.
Oh.
Still be nearby though.
I'm getting so many natural 20s today.
Don't question it.
You know what? Honestly,
Let it
I'm gonna be
happen.
real. I'm gonna be real honest with you. In my other game, it was the same thing. Like the algorithm is nice today.
So giving the 10 minutes to let the villagers get back to where they were. Gale and Mercy, are you guys going to be acting like the destruction crew, or is it just going to be Gale for the time being?
If Gale wants help, I will help. Otherwise, I will let him do his thing.
I mean, I think I'm fine. I'm gonna walk up to here, or not like here, whatever it is. I'm gonna hit that edge, just to see what happens. Mold earth on it.
Okay. Trying to use mold earth on the dark colored stone does not appear to have an effect like you were initially hoping. It does not budge or become mutable like you would expect other stone to.
Okay. Well, then I'll wait a minute, and then can I hit underneath of it? Like trying to almost dig it up.
Like digging it up.
Yes.
I would say you can certainly do that, and you would be able to get some of the earth to clear away, but eventually, once your mold earth cantrip hits the dark colored stone that goes further down, it just halts. It can't continue past that point.
Okay. Available, I'll take probably the next 2 or 3 minutes, and I'm just gonna keep going, kind of just down for a little bit. I want to see how deep it is.
Tunneling.
Deeper.
Yes.
Can I?
Let me double check mold earth at your level. I don't know how far it can go, but I think it's pretty fucking deep in 2 to 3 minutes.
I'm gonna see
My
something.
other check that.
Can
my other
I?
suggestion would be to use mold earth around the pillars to get them loose and knock them over.
Can I
but-
dispel magic?
You certainly can.
I'm gonna try it. She's gonna try
Okay.
it on the portal.
Before you do that, Gale, can you maybe take a couple steps back just in
Yeah,
case?
yeah. I'm like,
Let me double check the spell that it's based off of.
I mean, I'm gonna have to
Post
roll
it.
for it for sure.
100%.
I can post the spell for you.
Oh no, I don't need dispel magic.
It's not dispel magic.
I'm
I know,
looking at the spell that it's based off of.
Yeah, I'm like
Ah.
trying to stay as far back because I can do 120. So. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. You're
Alright.
gonna have to roll against it.
Oh yeah, I know that. It's a intelligence check, and I'm gonna mark off the spell because even if it doesn't work, fuck it. Eridate's gonna try it because fuck it. Why not? No, that's a save. No, that's a check. Sorry. 23.
That would actually dispel the portal effect that is around this area. And you see that the water seems to lose its color and becomes a little bit more normal. The odd chunks of almost like ice that were floating inside of it do kind of begin to melt a little bit. What do you want to do?
We just ruined this island's whole career.
Yeah.
We should probably book it because if something is connected to that magic, they definitely just felt it dispel.
But
Yep.
if someone from within the town originally created this using some sort of ritual, they might be able to create it again.
That's also true.
But, which means that we need to get rid of. I'm going to be
That means there's someone
very
smart
morbid.
in the village.
We need to get rid of everybody in this town.
Can't.
Sorry.
Wait.
Oh,
Not to be
shit!
not to be the voice of reason, but is
Everybody's
it
talking scorched earth
Yeah,
here.
we don't. I don't think it's possible if we kill the big guy. These people. will return
Eric
to
doesn't
normal.
like this place. You guys don't understand how much he does not like this place.
I don't care, Erudite. We're talking about hundreds of people.
I don't like War Edge, but you don't see me going
Okay.
off.
Awards, they're not cold. They're not fish people blindly following a thing. Okay, that's fine.
Alright.
It's
Gail's
fine.
over there
It's
like, yes, salt the earth.
Yes, do it.
Either way,
Do
we
it.
need to get out of here because I have basically done a thing, and
Well, we still need to check out the town, right?
yes,
Yes.
So let's start moving.
Jace,
Yes.
would you estimate that since the spell was cast and then you guys have started talking, it's been a minute?
Yeah.
Okay, the water begins to glow again.
Oh, it works for a minute. Interesting. Well, that's actually interesting to know. I mean,
Do not waste another spell slot trying to spell it again.
No, I'm not gonna do it now, but that's actually good to know. Maybe we could figure out when all this is done, do the spell, and then you can use your mold earth. And I want you to know that when she says mold earth, she like does the axe motion, like she does like the hammer motion with both her hands, because that's what I'm doing. So I'm just like she's doing.
I'm gonna ask those of you who haven't spoke opinions on genociding a bunch of people.
I'd prefer to avoid it if possible, but it is understandable if it isn't.
How do we know that they're like people? How do we classify that?
I mean, we could kill one and then have Haru dissect them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm just whatever way the wind blows, I'm good either way.
I would say find the graveyard, but I think we already did.
Maddie?
Oh, sorry. Okay. No, I don't care, honestly.
Okay.
Gale,
What?
opinions on killing all the town or not?
Well, I was trying to dig underneath to see if we could just move this. But we're trying other things instead. The other problem is if we're gonna just decide to kill an entire village of people, we need a damn good reason to do it. We need to figure out what exactly it is that's got everybody under its control. Because the problem is, if we go killing an entire village of people that are actually innocent, or at least half innocent, then
Yeah.
we're no better than Mercy's family.
I want you to know I'm wildly gesturing towards Gale.
So,
That's fair.
no,
That's
I
fair.
don't think we should just go killing the entire village.
I mean,
I think we need to figure out what the fuck it is that's actually doing this. Because here's the other thing. We don't know if these people are actually just sick.
Thank you.
Or
Oh,
if they're like
That's a
willing
good point.
cultists. They could be, as we suggested, they could be brainwashed, and if they're brainwashed,
Should-
then we have a duty to.
If they're cultists, we're just gonna kill them.
oh yeah,
That-
no.
That's just how that
No,
is.
rewind to what you just said, Gale. They might be sick.
Aye.
Why don't we try capturing one and trying restoration on them?
Sure, we could try that.
At very least, that'll let us know if this is reversible in a way that doesn't require killing the big bad yet.
Aye.
alright. You guys have made me see sense. I apologize. I did not like that they all attacked us, which is leading me to believe that this island, everybody is dealing with the same thing. Everyone is the same way.
I
But
wish disguise
I-
self used on other people.
I will also
No,
say this.
I can alter myself though.
I will also say this, Rudy. You also have to consider this. Yeah, they attacked all of us, but we're also a very heavily armed group coming into the island, which might have the connection to the thing we're seeing, whereas the last crew that were here, they didn't seem to outright attack. It's very much...
Maybe gave them
There's
barnacle
nothing-
sickness.
There's nothing going on behind their eyes, so I don't give a shit.
Either way, we should figure
Put your
it
kid on
out
accountant.
so that we're not.
If I had the ability to alter my own appearance magically, I could appear as someone similar and speak deep to them and try and draw one out, but that's not possible.
I can do that.
You
Will not
can't
speak deep.
That's the
I
problem.
can use tongues.
That's not the
That's
same
it.
thing.
The thing about tongues is that it is very clear that you're not speaking their language. They just understand.
Okay,
your
that's fair. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
they,
fair.
they understand us. It was just I was hoping to use deep to
Give me a second.
Suggestion?
Hmm?
We could always go with pack mentality. Wait for one of the weaker ones to wander off, such as go to the docks.
that
And
was sort of the only other idea I had was just find a straggler and snatch him.
we did that a few times trying to interrogate people back home.
Hey, fish kid, do you want some candy?
But like
kids.
Or if someone was able to go make you invisible, you could speak deep and I could pose as one of them.
That also
It would
could
be a
work.
bit-
That we could
It would be
do.
a bit more difficult, but still possible.
How good are you at ventriloquism?
Oh
Can you-
man, oh
Well-
man.
Can you move your mouth when I speak?
My only worry is how badly this is going to fail. And then there'll just be the two of you alone.
It's fine. Well, Gale can turn into people, right? Gale can disguise himself.
I could.
We can both get away really quickly. I don't want to volunteer you though. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. It's just it doesn't. We have a couple people who are capable of disguising self that aren't me. And most of us.
Even if I'm a bit off, it is still very difficult for people to really see through the disguise.
I will pipe up in response to that one. I don't care how good your disguise is. If somebody said the word banana and you mouthed the word orange, there's something very weird going on. Okay.
Put on wear a face mask.
How about this? How wise do you think these things are?
I mean, if they don't see you talking,
I'm
then-
asking because I can command one of them to approach us from 60 feet away. We
Yeah,
can
maybe we
snatch
do.
them.
maybe
I also have the ability to send a message to someone, like if we're within 500 feet.
If you can repeat what I say in deep, that could get them to come out. Deep's
Oh.
kind of hard to mimic, but
Hey, Connor.
Yep.
Can I get a quick spell check?
Yes.
I have Charm Person.
Yes.
Do they need to be able to understand my language? Because it does not say on the spell.
I don't believe so. No. I'll double check it, but I'm pretty sure that with charm person, you're casting a spell to charm them. You're not saying something to charm them. You're casting a spell.
I have Charm Person, which also works for an hour.
Yeah. So it outright says on the spell. You attempt to charm a person you can see within range. It must make a wisdom saving throw and do so with advantage if your companions are fighting it. It says nothing about language. It says nothing about demeanor at the time. Only that if they're fighting you, they have advantage and they have to make a save. They won't understand you, but they will be charmed by you.
well, we think these people can understand us. It's just the deep was trying to trick them into thinking that a companion is trying to draw them out. But if we charm them, that's not required.
Wait, Jill, what was that? Because I heard a good idea from you.
Don't worry about it.
No, I just very faintly heard a very good idea.
Jill.
Sorry, I'm taking a nap.
God damn it!
Hello?
No, I said I have the voice mimicking thing.
Oh yeah.
I can perfectly imitate voices, but that feels kind of useless right now. So
Well,
The only reason it would be a problem is because we'd need to have someone that was heard that was significant enough for someone to want to be dragged over.
Wasn't she with you guys with the inn?
Yeah, she had
Wasn't-
mimic someone who's convincing.
oh yeah, you know the innkeeper's voice.
Yeah, but he's just like an innkeeper. So
But he's also like the bar.
if you guys want, I'll do it. It's not my first choice, but whatever.
Oh,
Sorry, Jill. I hope I didn't bother you.
No, you're good.
well,
Still
do you
tired.
Still rib tired.
Yeah.
have the voice, but do you have like disguise or
I can apply makeup. That's
I
about
have a
it.
disguise kit too.
I don't know.
Sorry, that's all I got.
I don't think this guy's kit will work well.
No, I don't think it
My
will.
bad. Let me just learn my spells for my gun.
Okay. Well, I think if we can find a straggler or mercy can charm person them, I think that's our best bet right now.
I mean, I've got charm person in command. Either way, I might be able to force them to come over.
And interview them. I forgot what we're attracting them for. We've been discussing this so long.
Charm person to bring them over. We'll take them to a secluded spot, and then we can try doing lesser restoration or lay on hands because they do the same thing.
Right.
And if that doesn't work, we can still try and interrogate them.
Yeah, I can. Mano a mano. Deep a deep. Like.
Worst case scenario, hopefully, is... Well, actually, middle case scenario is they die when we capture them. Worst case scenario is the entire village notices.
Meh.
In which case, Rudy fireball some stuff and then we fucking book it.
Yeah, we book it. We do not try to fight an entire village.
That's fair.
Because I don't want to die. I don't know about you guys. I got some stuff I still gotta do,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the hunter would call you a bitch after you died if you lost.
I'm not a bitch. That's for me to call him. He would call me a fool, probably.
Anyone,
Anyway.
anyone opposed to this?
If it seems to be the best way to figure out what is going on, then no.
I don't know what else we can do right now.
Well, let's try it. Let's try to find a frog person who's maybe kind of more alone. I can use Pass Without Trace to help make us sneakier, so we can actually like get there and Okay. Let's
Right.
Great.
So we're stealthing?
I'll use my last spell slot and cast Pass Without Trace, which lasts an hour, but we move fast.
So you still have plenty of move.
Yeah.
Because thank God we have Gale and Dea's mix of abilities.
Yeah, we are
Such a
unstoppable.
weird it's great.
Well, thank you, Connor. He drew me a picture. It's like a weird eel with feet.
It's a very long ferret.
Are we doing stealth? Okay. Are we doing stealth checks?
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone gets a plus
I was
10.
waiting for you guys to come to a decision.
Yeah.
I'm rolling so good with stealth checks, guys.
Sorry, everyone's got a plus 10 right now. Oh, fucking disappears. It makes up for Gale's 3.
Okay, I got a 13.
Jesus Christ.
So that's a
Everyone else did
42
good except for me and Gale.
This is
So
so many
it's-
activities.
18.
I still can't see, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
18, 27, 30, 24, 42,
I love rolling.
13, 28.
I am a god.
So, making your way over towards the town of Harproy proper. Are you guys all going to start heading over there, like as a big cluster, or like are you going to try and like have the stealthier ones go ahead while the rest of you kind of like cluster
We
around?
kind of don't we have to kind of
somebody?
do we kind of have to be around Dea because of the Pass Without a Trace?
No,
you just have
don't
to be around her when she casts.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So what we could do is like, me and Mercy kind of scout ahead, just a short distance, and everyone else kind of clusters a little bit.
Maybe 30 feet away.
How would probably go
Yeah.
with the forward group, because if there is any trouble, he has utility.
Cool.
Sure.
Also,
I'm just here to make sure that like Mercy doesn't trip over her own shoes. That's mostly what I'm going for. And eyesight.
Hey,
That's
I got. Hey, don't you know this?
I know, but hey!
That's okay. The rest of us in the back will look like Mysteries Inc., and we're just gonna tiptoe around the buildings.
Exactly.
Well,
Probably
that would
me,
explain
if I'm
Gale's
being
stealth.
honest.
Well,
Yeah, that's
ideally
fair,
we
Gale.
won't be in the town, but we'll see where the people are.
Like I said, keep about 30 feet away, just so that way if something does happen.
Good symbol to mark you guys so we can move it on the map. This'll work for time being.
Because I don't particularly like the thought of you guys not being close enough if something happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
We made that mistake once and we left Gale by himself.
All right. So y'all are here for the time being. Now, Mercy, Dea, the forward crew, more or less,
And Haru.
and Haru, yeah. Y'all are going to be trying to keep an eye out for someone you can kind of
Snatch.
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 The straggler,
No.
the baby animal with the broken leg, you know?
Exactly, Dea. That's exactly what we're doing.
Jesus Christ, this is
Looking for
grim.
weak link.
Hunt.
Connie, listen to the two people who are leading this group right now in this situation.
Look, I'm just saying,
And the mercenary.
It's
You
a
guys are trying to-
catch and release program.
Exactly.
you guys are trying to bundle someone up into your white panel van and then drag them away to disappear in the secondary
Hey,
location.
no.
We know, but hey.
We're love bombing them. It's step 2 of a cult.
No,
Oh,
we're
great.
putting them in the mystery machine.
Oh my
We've
god, I
already
haven't
gone
heard someone
over
use the
this.
term love bombing since like I was in high school. And I saw a movie about it. Oh my god.
Okay.
We have a mystery van?
The mystery machine.
Yeah, when did we get that?
Just
After
now.
we started doing the Scooby-Doo thing between the buildings.
Okay.
I'm
Question.
trying to stay on theme here.
Is
Come
the
on now.
in the mystery machine?
If you guys want, you can Dea can make a perception check to try and spot someone that might be a good target, or basically to try to find a straggler who's off on their own.
Oh, there it is. There's my net one.
Well, that's lovely.
Wait, how come she's the only one that's doing it?
Mercy, you can do it too.
I was
Fine.
like, I have dark vision.
Mercy's
What I
the
was
one with
going
the
to say
spell,
was
too.
all of you can do it, and then I remembered you have a blind fox following you.
Yeah.
I gotta
Yep.
figure out what just happened to my spell sheet. What the fuck?
I was waiting
I
for
mean-
luck to run out.
I can smell if someone is close. I probably wouldn't be able to know the direction that they are.
Not exactly the same thing. So you would note that a little ways off from the town proper, it does look like someone is beginning to head off, maybe towards the outhouse. You don't know, but it does look like they are off on their own. They don't look to be entirely fish person-like, though. They have kind of the oddly froggy, bulbous eyes and these eczema patches on them, but they don't look entirely like fish people.
That's either really good for us or really bad for us. I don't know which.
Grab them anyway?
Yeah,
'Cause,
I
like,
mean,
They
worst
might know
case-
something. They don't. You can't live here and not see your neighbors turn into frogs. So
Plus, if he's only part way shifted, there might be a better chance to save him.
exactly.
So I need to get within 30 feet of him. So,
Okay.
should I wait until he's even further out, or should I just try and not? Which?
Well, he's heading towards like a.
That you're assuming he's like heading out to an outhouse or what have you, because he's kind of moving towards the outskirts of town.
Yeah. Let him get like to the outskirts. There's less of a chance someone really noticing him like change direction. So I guess we'll tail him a little bit and then grab him.
Okay. We'll do that.
I need to say, just because my brain came up with this image as we were talking about this, my mind immediately went to the idea of Terry Tate, like Gale, like Terry Tate style, just charging in and tackling this guy to catch him.
No.
That is viable.
Yeah, it is technically a viable option. So you guys continue to sit and watch as he begins to move his way towards the outskirts of town. You note that he does appear to be heading off towards a small little clearing near a certain spot. Yeah.
I do have a passive perception.
Yeah. Well, you rolled an
I
natural
know, but that was before.
one. Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about
So,
it.
We don't want him to get like too far away though. That would just like a little bit past.
you can see he's heading towards the clearing, but he's certainly far away from the actual town itself.
Then I'm gonna say fuck it and do it now.
Yeah, don't wait till he gets to the clearing.
Okay, so it's a wisdom saving throw?
Yep.
Alright.
I can drop the spell sheet again if you need it.
No, it's fine.
14, my save is 16.
Whoa, okay. So in that case, as your stealth was what? It was like 27.
Yeah.
You completely succeed on your stealth check, and he does appear to fall under your charm spell. He does not know where you are right now, but you know the spell did come into effect.
So we gotta go
So
get
should
him.
I just
You just
call?
kind of like gotta.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call out and go, come this way. Come on.
Uh,
I'm gonna do it.
Just
I looked over
jingle your
Rebecca and she
keys.
went.
Come on.
So yeah, you kind of call out to him and wave your hand and gesture for him to come towards you. And as he totally failed his charm person check, he will follow you willingly.
Okay, let's get back to the others and get far enough away from this town.
Absolutely. And break.
All right then.
As he gets close to you, Mercy, he'll look at you and go,
What are these strangers, friend?
They're other friends, it's fine.
Alright.
Oh, I'm a
Indeed,
fox
I will
right now.
go. Yes, I am friend.
Oh. Interesting. Where are we going?
We're just gonna go on a little trip. You can go back in like 20, 30 minutes. It'll be okay.
Oh. Okay.
he'll kind of trundle off after you.
I am making sure to get a good visual on this person in case if I need to assume their identity.
Yeah. So, like I said, very kind of like thick, chubby-looking neck, pale skin. This fellow looks like he has darker colored hair, with these very large pupils in his eyes, with these very big bulbous eyes on him. He is by all means a very ugly man, but you have a good idea what he looks like.
Hey guys, I got a friend.
We got one. He's not full frog, but you know.
Are you gonna try the thing you said with the lay on hands?
Yeah, I wanted to get a little bit further from the village just
So
in
the
case.
frogman is going to point at you, Gale, and go,
Hold on a sec. You're that guy at the docks. I remember you.
This guy? You sure about that?
What?
Yes, I know that was him.
What did I do?
I saw you get my friends into the docks.
No,
As this is happening, Mercy's gonna walk over and then do lay on hands.
okay, okay.
Because it does not look like this is gonna go any better right
Yes, and Har is just gonna be saying, no, he was simply trying to prevent those other people from getting to their ship.
So you step up behind him and you cast lay on hands. You drop 5.
now. Yep, because that's how you heal one disease.
Yeah.
or one effect, etc.
So, you drop the spell on him. Sorry, spell. The lay on hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he kind of like stumbles in what he's saying for a second there. He goes,
You're the one that.
and he starts to vomit on the ground. And you note that at first it looks normal, and then it becomes a scarlet color, and then there are chunks of what appear to be flesh that are coming out.
You healed him so hard he died.
Dead? He's just puking.
He looks like it is absolutely hurting him, and given it enough time, he will probably stop living.
What do we do about this?
I don't have anything else here in my arsenal.
Can you, Haru? Can you medic?
Well, this is good.
Because healing did this to him.
Lay on hands to this time.
Yeah, that's
probably,
holy.
like, throat healing, you know.
It was the act of curing the disease.
Yeah. Can we heal him, someone? Don't make me shove a health potion down his throat.
The only thing
cure him.
I could do a cure wounds.
You guys are gonna have to make a decision quickly. What are you gonna do?
How
One of
will
me.
attempt a cure wounds?
Okay.
Cast a spell.
Alright. At first level, 12.
12 points of healing. So casting Cure Wounds on the fellow, you do note that the material coming forth from him does become a bit clearer and more bile-like for a little bit. And he does kind of drop to his knees and is heaving on the ground after passing this material. But you do note that it is no longer bloody. He does look better. He does still look vaguely froggy, for lack of a better term. But he appears to be cured of some disease. You don't know what, though.
Gail's gonna look at the stuff that he threw up.
Oh, no.
Disgusting Mercy would do the same.
Yeah.
I mean, does it look like
Investigation,
he had
I guess, but
eaten, does it look like he had eaten some sort of like flesh, or does it look like this was something that was in him that got thrown up?
I'll
some
let
sort
you
of slug or
roll investigation because I can't
Yeah.
actually give you some
Yeah.
information on this.
It would be investigation or nature, or what would it be? Actually,
It'd
you know,
be-
it doesn't really matter because I have the same.
It's
modifier.
intelligence, anyways. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, 13.
Not bad.
So, grabbing a stick, just kind of like poking through it a little bit because wow,
He
you're
says Gail
gross.
would use a stick.
Oh no.
Oh, literally just using his fingers.
So looking through it, you would note that it doesn't look to be. It is yes, it is some food, of course, and it is some bile. But as you continue to look through it, you note that it looks like there are actual chunks of flesh, like lining of the stomach or their insides. You don't know what exactly. And as you look closer, you know there is something wriggling in it as well.
Is it like a tadpole?
It looks
Is it?
vaguely like a tadpole, correct?
Aha.
Yeah.
A theme.
Hold on. Gail's gonna do lay on. Gail's gonna use 5 of his lay on hands to try and cure the thing,
The tadpole?
the tadpole, because Gail wants to see what this does.
Casting lay on hands to cure disease on the tadpole, air quotes,
Yeah.
does not appear to do anything.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's good.
Don't eat it.
I'm not gonna eat it.
I don't think he was
threw
thinking about eating it.
already.
Okay.
I just wanted to see if whatever this was, if we could just destroy it by doing
Right.
Like,
Can I see if there
Uh,
are any
good idea.
parallels
Okay.
between this and those sort of barnacle grubs back on the ship?
Yes.
I literally had one in me. Does it remind me of it?
No. I'll give you guys both this for free because yes, Gale had one inside of him, and Haru did a medical investigation. It does not look like a barnacle. It does not have that same kind of like maggoty yellow look to it. This reminds you very much of a tadpole, but with the difference being that where tadpoles typically have, they have that circular head and the tail that comes off of them.
Mm-hmm.
So the circular portion of the head is almost more dome-like. And on the underside of that dome, there's a set of what you can best describe as teeth, but they're almost spine-like, and they look like they're supposed to latch on to something and grab hold. And the actual tail, there are bits of it that do look to be vaguely fin-like, and then right at the very end is this nasty-looking point that it does have a bit of flesh still jammed on it.
On that
Okay,
note,
so it's an armor-piercing scorpion tadpole, which is bad. Does anybody else want to look at this anymore? Can I squish it?
go ahead and squish it.
Not with your foot.
Not with your foot.
I wasn't going. We've gone over this. I'm not stepping on things like here on the ocean. They
Connor,
all want to like get inside of me, and it tickles. I don't like it.
Connor,
Yes, Mercy?
how's the dude looking?
I've been wanting to say that like there's kind of like awkwardly rubbing his back.
Once he manages to stop heaving, he does reach a point where like he gets a little quiet, and you realize it's because he's probably unconscious.
Poor guy.
I don't know. Do you think he'll be fine when he wakes up?
We should still be around when he wakes up to see if he is
Yeah, I wasn't.
cured and cognizant of what happened.
I
Yeah.
wasn't thinking about leaving. Let's maybe pick him up and carry him somewhere farther from the village.
Sure. That seems as good idea as any.
And then when he wakes up, I don't have Zone of Truth ready today, but I've got my Stick of Truth.
And
That will
Gale,
work.
what would
Yes.
you like to do to Mr. Tadpole?
Gale's actually gonna take a minute and just watch it and see, because Gale has a thought. Gale's just gonna watch and see what direction the tadpole starts moving.
Okay, that's a very interesting idea. So watching the tadpole, you would see that it actually does slowly start to try and like squirm its way back to town. It's moving maybe 5 feet around.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Catching up to it is not an issue. It's not gonna run away. Worst you'd have to worry about is it maybe sneaking away.
Mm-hmm.
But even then,
Yeah, no. Gale's gonna take like another like minute or two just to watch, and does it just keep going the direction of town?
it looks to be still heading towards town.
Actually,
You
hey,
want-
Gale.
Oh.
Sorry.
Well, Gale's just staring at this tadpole, watching it. What?
We have those preservation things, don't we?
Put it in a jar.
At least for the moment. Unless you think they can track us through that.
If I don't remember that person at all, and that's the problem. This thing wants to go back to 10, and I don't like that.
Okay, it was just a suggestion. Which is also fair. It makes it seem like maybe they can tell things to each other.
I told you they were sick.
When this person returns to consciousness, see if he understands deep. Because if not, it is possible this tadpole is what was controlling him and
Yeah,
sneaking.
that's what I was going to test when he woke up, was if you could still understand me.
That's a good idea. Now, Gale, do what you're gonna do with that, and let's get moving.
Yeah, at that point, Gale's gonna swing on it.
Okay. You can roll. Basically,
Okay.
just don't roll above an 8. It's not a particularly mobile creature. It doesn't have armor. It's dead.
Okay.
It is
Okay, good.
very dead.
Okay.
So yeah, you're able to crush it with no real issues.
Okay.
And I
There aren't
say,
any like weird insides or anything like that, right? It's not like it doesn't have like bones and stuff like that.
No bone, no.
Okay, that's good.
It is it's safe for the teeth, air quotes.
Yeah.
Really, which is the only thing you could call bone. It's
I just
very
didn't want this thing to have a
edgy.
skeleton, and that to be even weirder. Okay.
oh god, I don't like that
Were
thought.
there any others inside of the stomach contents? No. Alright.
very smart. No,
All right.
appeared to be the only one.
Let's retreat to this tree area over here.
Make sure the guy's skin isn't crawling either. We want to make sure there weren't others that were hiding inside of him.
That's fair. Haru, can you check that you know medicine better?
Yeah, that'll be almost like a physical. So yeah, you can do a
Yes,
medical check.
I can certainly attempt it.
Giving the individual a once over, you don't note anything along the lines of, say, an infestation of barnacles that are like on his body, or anything crawling on him. Now that you've removed that crunchy critter, it does appear to have gone away.
Alright. I could probably do better in a more stable environment, but for now, he does not appear to have anything immediately threatening.
Just need him to wake the fuck up again.
I mean, we could splash some water on him.
I mean, in theory, people don't fall unconscious for very long. Unless they're going into a coma.
So, dragging the citizen.
Dragging's a strong word.
What was that?
Dragging is a strong word.
Oh, sorry. Fireman's carry.
There you go.
Fireman's carrying the citizen over towards the copse of trees. You kind of just like set him down and wait a little bit, and after about 10 to 15 minutes, he will wake back up.
In deep, They is going to be like, hey, how you feeling? Just to see if he, like...
He looks at you very confused and doesn't really react.
Okay, no longer...
Hey, friend.
Yes.
Oh, good. You do still know words.
Yes.
How you feeling?
Hurts.
I imagine you had a parasite in you.
Why?
Why did I take it out, or why did you have it?
Why did I have it?
We're trying to figure that one out.
What's the last thing that you remember?
I remember being called over by you.
He points to you, Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
So you do remember... You remember the docks? Do you remember this guy? And she points to Gale.
Yes, I remember you.
So you know that some of your townspeople turn into frog people at night
Yes,
and sacrifice people on the southern tip?
yes.
Okay. Great.
That's something you still feel compelled to do?
I don't know.
At the
I
start.
know I did, but I don't know why.
So you don't remember why you attacked me, and you don't remember why you attacked our boat?
I felt the need to.
That was probably the parasite.
So real quick, that is a good sign. That does mean these people are doing it against their will.
Yes, which means slaughtering them all will be kind of bad.
Yeah.
Gale gets the biggest smile on his face.
Uh,
I told you.
I'm
okay.
not disagreeing with you.
I was on your
Look, I
side.
didn't know. They attacked our boat. What do you want from me?
Given the damages caused, I do not think that we'll be able to remove the parasites from the most far along
No.
individuals.
If we have to defend ourselves, we defend ourselves. But
But I think if we do kill the source, then most of them will be able to.
perhaps, yeah.
I have another idea.
What's up?
If we do kill the source, maybe the tadpole things will die too.
That's the thought, yeah.
Well,
Or at the very least, they won't have a common
Goal.
mind or whatever.
Yeah.
If
They won't
that
have like a
happens-
command.
my question is, and I'm gonna say this, and I hate that I have this thought. Parasites' whole purpose is to feed off other people and breed.
Yes.
Are they trying to make more of those disgusting creatures that we saw in the hole?
Did you, you, friend, by the way, what is your name?
Auburn.
Avrin. Did you ever feel compelled to eat anything really weird? Usually specifically from the ocean.
Not me, no.
Did other people?
Maybe.
Was
I don't know.
was there like a feast at some point that you remember, or like before you started feeling compelled, or a shipment of like exotic food or something unique that was found
Like durian.
offshores? Like durians. Sure.
Nothing unique. There was a feast. Food.
How long ago was this?
I don't remember.
Okay.
It was a few years, maybe.
Okay.
I don't recall.
But after that, you start kind of like the ritual at the south, maybe started. You started feeling that, or
Everything's become cloudy.
it's become cloudy. Okay.
The rituals, the circle. I was there for a long time,
Right.
and people would worship there, but they didn't hurt anybody. You don't think so? I don't think so.
Okay. And it looks like Mercy's giving him another 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you note by laying on the other 5 lay on hands. Are you trying to cure disease?
This
Or...
was actually just trying to like make him
Okay.
less dead.
Okay. You would note that this faint kind of whistling in his throat as he speaks does kind of go away as you cast that.
I figured as much. I am sorry to have done that without warning to you, by the way, but I feel like if I had done it any other way, you would have gotten very angry.
I'm okay. The circle was there for a long time. People worshipped there for a long time. But there was a feast.
Who put on the feast?
One of those fisherman sorts.
Was it just a good, I don't want to call it harvest, that's not really the right word, but
Fishing season.
I don't know if that's the word. We got lucky. Food was becoming scarce. It was tougher to go year by year. So they started praying over that circle. And then one joined up with the crew. Took to the seas. And came back. And it was more than enough food for all of us.
Was
Is
it
that-
the squirrely looking one?
Squirrely looking one.
At the ritual site, there were two people that seemed to be like head honcho-y. One of them was kind of
Also, I'll point out the smaller squirrely looking one. He's the one that got drowned.
No, there was a big guy though.
Yeah, the big guy.
But they Mercy didn't know which one got drowned. She just got told one of them got drowned.
That's fair. It would have been the big guy. And yes, the big guy is the person he's talking about.
Okay, because I was if we didn't have that, I was going to ask if he could point out if he knew, like if he led us, he could take us to that person. Has it been an hour since we've
Cast
been
charm.
No, since we've been at the ritual place? Probably by now, right? Or is it like just near the end? Has it been an hour since the ritual?
Oh, since the ritual?
She
Yes.
wants to know if Pass Without a Trace has ended.
No, I want to know if Hunter's Calling has ended.
Or that makes sense too.
Oh gosh.
I'm probably guessing yeah, because I only did it for an hour, but
Getting there, yes. It's not over, but it's certainly getting there.
okay. So if we move quickly, I might be able to track him, or we can. 'Cause I think we should probably be trying to find this big guy. Maybe.
But at least he seems like the source.
If not the source, we might be able to cure him as well and get more information, or he's the source. I don't know. Or we can find where the source is by tracking him. One of three things.
I
It looks like
wonder
a-
if that book actually has anything related to the Sea Lord in it.
He came back with the book after he was sailing with that crew.
So he found the book.
Before we go on, because we keep using he, what's his name?
That'd be Dean.
Aberdeen?
I said that'd be Dean.
Dean.
Dean. D-E-A-N. Dean.
Dean.
Yeah.
Dean.
Oh my god, a normal name? What the fuck? A normal name?
Sorry, it's spelled with 3 J's and an E.
No, that's Gene, not Dean. That's different.
He came back with that crew and that book and the food.
Were there 13 other members of that crew?
I don't know about the crew. I just remember the flag.
The flag?
Can
Yes.
you draw it if we give
Describe
you
the
something?
flag.
It was a skull and a sword and a fin.
Like a dolphin fin?
Yes,
Do you know that one, Dea?
it was bright red.
Yes! That's
Is that
the temptation.
Wait, the temptation as in like,
My ship.
yeah.
huh?
If stuff is getting, we're gonna pause for a second. We're cutting out real bad.
Okay. Just tell me when you come back.
Okay, we seem to be good for the moment.
No.
Yeah. Continue.
All right, that's good.
We
It
just
wasn't that she came back with. He came back with some large tentacle. I think it was.
Well, it's my ship, but I don't know any deans.
No, Dean was a local.
Dean
He
is
lived
local.
here.
Did anyone from that ship stay?
No.
Okay. That's honestly probably better for now.
What else do you want to know about my island?
Has food always been this scarce here? I mean, you have a lot of land. Did you farm it all?
We tried. We can manage to farm some. We can manage to fish some. But we still need meat. And for whatever reason, fishing became tougher.
Why didn't you bring cattle in? There's so much land.
There's plenty of land, but not enough. Too many heads of cattle, you ruin the soil.
That's fair.
Could raise chickens.
We very well could.
These are
But at
ideas
the
for the
time,
future.
It was too late.
I'm just doing some math in my head because I think it's been by now about 2 years,
2 to 3, something like that.
closer to 2,
Yeah.
since I left the temptation. So it can't have been, in the scheme of things, that long ago. But if we find Dean, find his house maybe, and find the book, we might be able to put a stop to this, especially if I can read it. Maybe there's a way to reverse all this.
I don't think so. I don't know if all of it's reversible.
Or curable, anyway.
Kids haven't been coming out right for a while.
Wait, there's
That's
actual
a-
kids?
There were.
Is that why there's none?
After the feast, the kids stopped being right. They come out deformed, missing pieces, or just not even breathing.
I see.
Either way, I want to find Dean and I want to find that book.
Could kick his ass. Might make
Kill
us feel better.
You could.
That's the.
It might come to that very well.
Wait,
Just tell them.
Have you eaten recently? Besides what you just, you know. 'Cause from the sounds of it, you guys don't really have a lot.
He will purse his lips and he will not respond to that.
Have what you eaten recently been people?
Yes.
Yeah, I was afraid you were going to answer that as a yes. Mercy's going to pull out one of the rations she carries and hand it to him.
Doesn't taste great, but it's food.
Especially because we don't know how long this is going to take. Or what's going to happen to you after, well, the spell I put you on fails.
I'm going to make myself scarce.
Probably a good plan.
Should try to avoid the village.
His eyes will widen, and he'll look at you all and go,
That woman. The orc.
Yeah, you can go to Jotun.
No.
No?
No.
Is she in danger?
When you left, they went to go destroy her house.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
Yeah. Is she dead?
I don't know. They
So
never
this-
brought out a body.
We should maybe.
We should go check that out before we go into town. Or something. Because Dean, I'm assuming Dean lives in town, right?
Somewhere.
Somewhere. I don't know where.
Well, it's a lot more than what we had about an hour ago. Thank you, friend.
Thank you.
I don't know how much taking the parasite out will help, but... Because I don't know if you've seen yourself recently.
I can imagine I don't look great.
Kind of look fishy.
I'd believe that.
Right. Well, I want to go. I want to see if Jotun's okay, if she maybe got out, but my hunter's calling is also going to run out soon, which would maybe lead us to the house, but I'm gonna suggest we go check on Jotun first, because once we go into the village, like, that's gonna be the last thing we do.
Yes. Unless if you feel confident
It's
in
gonna be the
sneaking
last
up.
thing we do.
Unless if you feel confident enough in sneaking around that you could find
I mean-
which house or building he's in and then get out.
I do, but especially if someone casts invisibility on me. But that means I go in alone
Hey,
to
Rudy.
track him.
Yes,
You still have Dimension Door.
of course.
You could go in together. Something happens, she can Dimension Door you two out.
Hold on, let me make sure I have the ability to do it. Yes, I can do that.
If you want.
I can cast invisibility on one of you, so
Well, I can also cast a greater invisibility on myself, but that only lasts a minute. So.
yeah.
We don't want greater invisibility. We're just tracking it. We need to go fast because I'm running out of time.
My
But everyone
Okay. Alright, we can do that.
just need a little bit of time.
So what are we doing? What am I doing?
You're gonna come with me in case
Okay.
things go tits up. And I'm going to track Dean to his house, ideally.
Okay.
We
Yep.
are going to stay near the outskirts. 'Cause I
Yes.
don't want you guys there alone.
And we'll get in and out, and then we'll go check on Jotun and not waste any time, ideally.
Which one of you am I casting invisibility on? Or do you have it for both of you?
I would only be able. Let me think. No, I can only cast it on one person.
Then I
I
can
can only
cast
cast
it.
it on.
I'll cast it on Dare, you cast it on yourself.
Okay.
And I'll
Oh,
kind
actually,
of...
I cannot cast it.
You can't? What?
I don't have it prepared today.
You can.
I
if
wasn't,
you use
I
the
wasn't
higher
sure if
level-
you had it prepared or not.
If I'm... Look, I can get away really easily from people.
If
I
you
know
use
you
a
don't...
higher level spell
That's
slot,
a
it
lot of people to
will
get away
affect
from.
I know,
multiple.
but I have...
I only have second level spells,
I'm
Haru.
invisible.
Yeah.
I mean, I
technically-
can, but it takes 20 minutes, and we don't have that time.
I do have the filter of invisibility.
Oh, you do?
I do. I was saving it for emergencies, but...
You
This
should
might
use
be
that
one.
if you need to get out.
I mean, I was gonna go in invisible anyway. With one of you guys helping me, but... This way we would get two.
Tell me which one of you to pat with invisibility.
And Connor is running to the bathroom.
Before I forget, if we really want to make them suspicious and maybe turn their head the other way, I do have this. And Buzz is going to pull out her little Misfortune doll. And all of you are going to notice the second it is out, you feel like you are being watched.
I was gonna say,
What the fuck, Mercy?
I don't like that.
Question: since I've been wearing around Misfortune's eye for like over a year at this point, does it even bother me?
I'm going to probably guess not, just because you do probably always have that feeling of being watched.
Ugh.
That's maybe.
I
fair.
mean, if you want to make a commotion.
Well, it's not really a commotion, it's mainly to draw their attention to being suspicious in their own city.
Oh, I was gonna say, I have the runes still, the explosive runes. I still have 25 of those that
No,
you can use.
This is
I'm
more
just
to
saying.
keep their attention in town.
Okay. No, I was just, a thought.
I would be okay with the explosive if we were aiming for murder right now, but
Okay. Why not? I understand.
Dea, do you want to take it?
I mean, it really doesn't matter. If Rudy can take your invisibility and I'll use my filter of invisibility, which does the same thing, we can both sneak in, and if things get bad,
I can get us out.
you can get us out.
Okay. Then I will put Misfortune away for the moment.
And
Let's
I'm so
wait.
sad to be using my invisibility now, but
This is a bit of an emergency, I'd say.
It is. So, Rudy and Dea, invisible,
I follow.
tracking.
Maybe once we're a little bit closer. Just in case.
Okay. So, yeah, so you guys are basically going to start heading back to where you were when you snatched him?
Kind of.
Okay.
I guess. Yeah, that would be a good meeting spot.
Yeah, so you're not using invisibility just yet. You can use it then.
Yes.
So what you'll note with your Hunter's Mark is that for the last, say, like 30, 40 minutes, he has been in town.
I don't think I know where they are. It's just.
Hunter's
I
Mark
can
is supposed to...
It's not Hunter's Mark, it's just based off of Hunter's Mark.
You have advantage on... Okay, you have advantage on Wisdom, Perception, Survival.
So I have to go back to where I know they walked, from and track him.
I apologize. In that case, I was confusing it with Locate Person.
Yeah, it's not locate person.
Why are you mean to me?
Hold on, do I have that prepared today? No, God damn it. I haven't checked. So we could have done the book.
In that case, it'd actually be better for you guys to go a little bit more over here, because that way you can find where they were going.
Okay. So, survival or perception? Probably.
It's largely up to you.
I get the +2 with the Wayfinder, so I will do survival to track him.
Okay.
And I get advantage because he's marked, and that is 28.
28 to track him. So you would note that as you guys are following behind where this Dean was, you follow this the set of 14 footprints, all of whom are heading back towards town until a certain point. In which case, the larger set actually begins to head off to northeast.
Okay.
If it's going that way, we should probably still track it that way.
Yeah, I mean, since we know he's not in town, it'll be a little bit easier to track. I do want to follow it.
I will say something to make this easier for you guys. The single set of footprints heading off in a single direction is pretty easy to track unless they start hiding. That's the only way.
Yeah. So so I know where it's going and where we left off. In that case, I will, and the Hunter's Calling is going to go away very soon anyway. So since we have that, I can return to it pretty easily, memorizing the location where I left off, and we can go and check on Jotun.
All right.
And I'll call the team and meet up, and we'll. What a waste of invisibility.
I mean,
you haven't used it yet.
You didn't cast it yet.
Use it?
You didn't cast. No.
I specifically said we were going to wait until we got closer.
I expected you guys to not do just use it until you knew that you had to use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So
I
just
just
being
ahead.
we might be doing this. Invisibility! Yeah, it's
I
kind
don't
of a
know.
waste.
Okay, so I still have it.
Yeah, you still have it. Fine. So, yeah, you would know, just for reference, so I can
Yeah, it's marker.
give you a little marker. Oh, yellow and white doesn't work that well.
It does not.
Let me
I'm
just...
just going this way.
There we go. That works. So yeah, they are. It appears to be going off in that direction. Yes.
Okay. Let's go check on Jotun.
Okay, so you guys begin making your way back over to where Jotun's home was. About 1.5 miles away. So by the time you're getting there, Hunter's Mark ends.
Yep.
Any stealth checks? Any perception checks you guys want to do? Just tell me what your action is. What your plans are.
Well, we're still moving stealthily, I would imagine.
Yeah, I don't want to be moving unstealthily near this town.
Yeah, and Pass Without Trace is still up because I casted that a fair bit after One's Calling.
So it's still active. I'll tell you that now.
And then as we get closer, I want to make perception checks, but
Okay.
I guess we're doing.
In that case, everybody, would you be so kind as to please give me a round of stealth checks?
All right.
Wow, a double digit for
Hey,
once.
17 again.
20, 27, 30.
Four single digits. Oh,
Oh shit! Gil got an 18.
26, 28, 31. We're missing someone. Maddie!
Maddie.
Jolly! Jolly, pay attention.
What? Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Look, look. It's not,
Stealth
it's
check.
Fine.
Is it stealth?
Is it
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay. Wait.
Someone actually beat Daya for once.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. I'm
18.
going back. Yep.
You guys continue moving your way further and further towards where you knew Jotun's home to be. You managed to get over to there with no real issues with stealth, as you guys all rolled very well. And Daya, if you want to roll a perception check, or if anybody wishes to, go right ahead. This is not a particularly difficult check, so.
That's a 28 anyway.
Oh, goody.
I'm
I'd
gonna
rather.
leave it to them.
I was about to say, I'm not checking for the house. I'm checking to make sure there's no one still around.
That's fine.
I will sniff for people.
'Cause I'm not so much worried about the house as I am being ambushed.
Sorry.
I didn't meet Jotun, so I don't know what she smells like. Just are there any other people in general around?
That's fine. Oh.
Natural
Wow,
20.
that's a nat 20.
So you would notice right now the fading scent of again, low tide. It has come and it has gone. You would also notice the smell of burning. And basically everybody who has a passive perception or a perception that is above 10 notices that the house is on fire.
Just barely.
Dea, you would, again, just like everybody else, you know the house is on fire. The barn is being burnt to cinders. You don't note Jotun anywhere nearby. You do not note blood anywhere nearby. Nor do you note any more of the fish people.
Should we put it? Should someone go in? Should we put it out?
Yes, put it out. Can we? Maddie?
Huh? Wait. What?
Pay attention.
Okay. I guess I could use control flames to put out the fires.
Thank you, Maddie.
It can certainly help. It'll take a little bit of time, but yeah, you can slowly start putting out the fires more and more and more. Anybody else?
I don't have anything, but it wouldn't be the first time I've ran into a fire. Should I run
I'd
into?
imagine not. No.
You can, well, once it's like a little bit lower, you can sort of like try to run into the house.
Into a fire when we first dealt with that revenant.
Yep.
Can I throw like chill touch stuff at it? But with like, can I switch my stuff to like ice and like throw ice at it essentially?
You certainly can. You know, it will not be as effective as, say, something like Control Flames, unless
don't
you use
have
like
that,
a mass AOE spell.
Oh yeah, let me throw an ice ball at it.
Yeah, there you go.
No.
Should
Well, the good news is your house isn't on fire. The bad news is it's still rubble.
It's very cold.
And it's very cold.
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
want, you can certainly do that.
I'll just do cantrips. I'll throw cantrips at it, but I'll change it over to. I'll just throw Ray of Ice. Ray of Frost. Ray of Frost.
Mussie's a dumbass, so she's gonna bolt into the house and check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fireman style.
Okay. So while
Gale's
Maddie,
gonna look around.
while Matt, yeah, you can do so. Go ahead. You're looking around, or you're like investigating.
Gale's going to investigate just to see. Man, Gale's just looking around in general to see if there's tracks, or if there's leftover stuff, or if there's a dude that they just left behind to like guard the house.
Fuck you, Greg.
There certainly isn't anybody nearby.
Or if they left any durians as a calling card to their
Feeling
evil
durians
boss.
again.
Thank you, Jace. Yeah. Really, you can roll perception or investigation. It's very much up to you.
Okay. In that case, we're gonna do perception.
I figured.
Yeah, that's why we did perception.
Hey, 23.
Okay.
23.
So, with Maddie and Erudite casting spells to try and put out the fire, Mercy doing her best impressions of a firewoman and just charging in. Gale, for once, you hold back. And you decide to kind of give the entire building a full once-over to check for anything. You note a few things. First off, there are plenty of tracks. There were certainly a very large number of townspeople who were here at some point. You'd estimate probably somewhere near around 30.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was a posse.
It was a posse, yeah. You don't note any people left behind to keep an eye out, nor any bodies or blood or anything like that. What you would note is that at the back of the house, there is like a slanted trap door, like for a cellar, that has a chunk of timbers that has actually fallen down on top of it.
Oh, Gil's gonna move that then.
Okay, it's going to be an athletics check, and it is quite hot,
Okay.
so you will take damage.
That's fine. That's a 17 on athletics.
Okay. So, grabbing hold of the burning timber, you begin to lift it up as best you can. It is a fairly heavy chunk of wood, so you're managing to lift it up, but you're worried about how far you'd be able to get it out of the way without causing anything else to collapse. You can just try to quickly move it out of the way and hope everything's stable, and only take the 9 points, or you can very securely move it out of the way and take a little bit more damage, but...
Gonna securely move it out of the way and take more damage.
Alright, just give me another athletics check then.
Got it. That's a 14.
Okay, you're fine.
It's hot.
It's still very hot.
It hurts.
So you're going to take 19 points of damage, fire damage total.
Got it.
As you're literally gripping onto a burning timber, and your hands are just becoming burnt to shreds.
Mm-hmm.
And you would very nearly be able to move it out of the way so that's still sturdy enough to hold up the rest of the building that may be collapsing at this moment in time. But you get it off of the cellar door.
Okay.
Mercy, you charge inside of the building itself. Everything's on fire.
Yep.
Not
the first time I've been in a burning building.
Okay, we're gonna take this round by round, considering what you're doing.
Yep.
All right. So first round, only 2 points of fire damage because you're resistant.
Yep.
What do you want to do?
Perception.
Perception.
Wanting to fucking look around and see if I can, at very least, start to get an idea of what's still in here. Unless you'd rather do that as an investigation. She's not looking for specifics at the moment.
Yeah, if you're just looking around, it's perception. If you're looking for something particular or something hidden, it's investigation.
That's a +5.
No, fuck it, I'm using my last luck.
Okay.
There's fire everywhere.
19.
Okay. With a 19, you note that the entire building is beginning to burn. All handmade tables, chairs, all the objects in here that were made by hand by Jotun are beginning to burn to cinders. Judging by the smell, you're guessing probably some kind of a accelerant, oil, something like that was added onto it to help it burn fast. You see that the stone tables that are nearby are beginning to crack from the heat itself. But you also note that near the edge of the building, there's a burning rug that's been partially turned over.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna check to see what's under it.
Okay. Moving the rug a little bit and just like kind of kicking it to keep it off your hands, you would note there's what appears to be a stone trap door.
Is it possible for me to open it?
Yes, but it will require an athletics check. Also, we're officially at round 2.
Yep, I assumed.
That is 5 points of fire damage.
Yep.
Stop rolling so good on the fire.
Sorry, honey.
Honestly, on me, it's not as important.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
paladin.
Another nat 1!
Wow!
Jesus Christ. You get all the
That
ones,
plate
man.
armor's getting really hot by now.
Wowza. Yeah, so using your hands and trying to lift up this large slab of rock, you're having some severe difficulties actually getting a grip on it. Partially because it's very much intended to be opened in only one direction, and also because it's really hot. Take another 4 points of fire damage.
Yeah.
Burning's building. Maddie and Erudite are doing the best they can. What do you want to do?
Last thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to open it one more time, but beyond that, I'm heading out.
Okay.
So, 16.
16. All right. With that, you'd be able to start hefting up the the hot stone.
Shut up, Jill.
This is too funny. The question
Jill,
over that
come
20
on.
earlier.
You could have just said to me, I'm sitting beside you.
I'm sleeping.
So, hefting up the stone as best you can, you manage to move it somewhat out of the way. You feel the fire begin to kind of lick at you as more oxygen begins to get pulled out of that trapdoor area by lifting up that stone. Faintly inside, with your 19 perception, you will hear the sound of someone breathing heavily and coughing.
Mercy's gonna call out, make it for one of your exits. We're here to help.
You'll hear a voice call back. The door got blocked. I can't.
Can you get back up this way?
I could try.
Can Gale hear that?
Yeah, it's like,
Gale, yes, you can hear that.
Gale's just Gale. The door is open!
Sounds like my friend got the other side open. Go!
All right. And she's going to, who you assume to be Jotun, is going to make a break for the cellar door. And Gale, from where you are, kind of trying to nurse her now burned hands and making sure the rubble doesn't, like the building doesn't start to keep falling.
Yeah.
You notice the cellar door smash open as Jotun, sweating and panting very heavily, covered in soot and ash, begins to kind of clamber out of the cellar area. She does not look to be in good shape.
Yeah. Gale's gonna grab her and immediately, Maddie, you need some help.
Jolly.
What? I'm sorry.
You have 2 healers now.
Yep.
I
Gale's
was
yelling for Maddie to help.
What? Okay.
Gale, you heft Jotun over, trying to get her out of the way of the burning building. Mercy, what are you doing?
Mercy knows that the person's no longer in there. She's fucking getting out.
Okay, there you go. So you're able to very quickly hustle out of the building, while Erudite is still trying to put the fire out. Maddie, what are you going to be doing?
You know, I don't even remember what I'm supposed to be doing.
Healing.
Am I healing?
Yeah, Jotun, we just got Jotun out of the fire, and so she doesn't look like she's in great shape.
Okay. I guess I could use...
How are you on spell slots?
I mean, I still have a lot.
I mean, a low-level spell would probably be fine, because she's a citizen.
Yeah. I'm just gonna use Cure Wounds, on her.
Okay.
I guess it could... Yeah, no, I think it's fine.
Maddie casts Aloe Vera.
No.
Yes, boy.
And some milk.
He needs some milk.
9 on the Cure Wounds. You're able to make the reddening of Jotun's gray-green skin begin to go away slightly. You note that it's not so much that she was becoming burnt as it is more like she was being cooked.
Oh.
As she was surrounded by stone that was steadily becoming hotter and hotter and hotter.
Can I medicine check to see what injuries there are that can't just be cured by magic and
Yeah,
how
sure.
to treat them?
Sure. Dehydration is definitely going to be one of them at this point. Just by liberty of how hot it was, her body is overheating. Depending on how long she was down there, she's been sweating quite a bit, so she's also quite dehydrated. So water would be good. Actually, water would be very good. Burns can be treated magically, so it's going to be okay. But yeah, the biggest, most pressing issue is she needs water. She needs to cool down.
He will pull up. Actually, let me just make sure that he actually has a water skin, because
I mean, if you say something about it, Dea is just gonna automatically offer some water.
Yeah,
but-
he does have a water skin. So he'll pull out and say, like, just tell her, drink slowly.
She won't listen. She'll drink quickly, as she is very thirsty.
You didn't have anything in there that like could be carried out and saved, because if so, I'm sorry, I didn't grab anything.
Nothing worth it.
Fair enough. Bus is brushing ashes off her.
All right. So what does everybody want to do? Maddie, Erudite, what are you guys gonna do? Because you guys were initially trying to put out the fire, but
It doesn't look like it can be put out, really.
not really. The building's probably gonna not do so well, to be completely honest. So
Me,
you know,
we tried.
I mean, yeah, totally fair. It's just a little late.
Eh.
So yeah, is there anything? Would everybody declare their actions? What do you guys want to do?
There's not much to do to save with the building.
Not really. I mean, there are a few things I could hypothetically.
It was more of just a comment of the fact that the building's done.
Yeah.
So I'd say get away from here, because you never know when they might come back to look for.
Does Haru say anything about how she looks like she was being cooked?
I mean, he'd probably, after giving the water, tell her and thus indirectly tell the whole party her condition. Like, so I guess
perhaps.
yes.
You were saying, Miguel? You kind of cut out.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit... my internet. Although it's
Yeah.
been better. It's just... This is the first time it's done that. So this is actually like an accomplishment.
It's a good hit record so far.
It's an accomplishment. It's not like breaking out in the middle of it. It's like towards the end. It's fine. No, it's just... Do you think she was the one they wanted to feed?
I mean,
It looks like they simply wanted her gone.
to be fair, we were probably the targets for feeding, but they would have taken anyone at this point. Because they did also throw fire at us.
This is true. Perhaps we should get her to the boat or somewhere safe so that she's not in danger anymore.
We don't really have a way to get her to our boat right now, but we can get her to one of our dinghies and tell her to go to our ship. They would leave us down in a dinghy, but we could have water walk, I guess.
Couldn't we just arcane tunnel her to it?
I don't think arcane tunneling to a ship is a great idea.
Why?
It's very
I don't have that
unstable.
spell prepared. It would take a while.
Oh, never mind then. At very least, let's move her away from the immediate chaos.
Yeah.
Maybe somewhere down around here.
Get her to hide until we're done here.
Maybe back
Take
to
her
the
back
trees.
with us.
Yeah. If she wants to. I mean, you're welcome to stay on this crazy island, but
Really, I'm just looking to stay alive at this point.
we can help.
Perhaps we should bring you back to the dinghies where you can rest. If you do find people approaching, then you can take one of them and get out of there. And then that at least means that it can be brought back for us later. In that way, you have a better chance of survival, and we have a better chance of keeping the dinghies from being destroyed.
Valid.
All right.
You feel like you can walk?
I feel like I can manage. Let's get going.
All right.
Let's get out of here.
Guess we get going.
All right.
Good call on checking behind the house, Gail. My hands hurt now.
I'm with you there.
I can heal up everybody when we decide to rest briefly.
When we decide to rest, I feel like we should go back to the ship.
I meant more like a 10-minute rest.
Oh, okay.
So, you guys are gonna head back over to the dinghies to get Jotun over there. Okay.
I wouldn't mind a short rest when we get there, but it's not required, I guess.
Yeah. You guys can do a stealth checks.
Do we still have pass without trace?
I'll say this will basically be the last time you guys have it. Past this point, it's probably gonna run out.
That's
Don't
good,
be
because I rolled a
suspicious.
15,
Don't
which
be
is a
suspicious.
3 on the die for me.
Don't be suspicious. Don't
He
be
25.
suspicious.
won't be in stealth form.
Oh,
yet.
Gail.
30, 35,
Fuck.
30, 25, 12,
Definitely
Yeah.
not suspicious.
16.
He's not in Fox form so that he can continue, like, explaining the health of Jotun and what she can do.
With the path we're taking, by the way, if we end up passing where we left the one dude, should we pick him up?
If he's
don't think he
there,
will still
yeah,
be
I
there.
guess. Probably went off somewhere, but
I will say, you guys will likely be passing by where he was. And I can give you information if you do that.
Then probably, yeah. At very least to check to see if he's still there.
Okay. So you guys would pass back by where you left the fellow. And you would note that the rations that you offered him are still there. But he isn't.
ungrateful.
Or, he got consumed with the fact that, he's eating people. Or he got brainwashed again.
I'm inclined to think the third one, actually.
Regardless, he's already gone. Let's save the person we can.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys all continue on back towards the location where your dinghies were. You can very easily get Jotun down to the actual dinghies themselves, and odds are she'll probably rest unless you guys try to stop her for whatever reason. Basically, she'll just kind of hole up underneath one of the dinghies and just sleep, more or
Sure,
less.
yeah.
That's fine.
So, what do you guys want to do now?
How long is a short rest again?
An hour.
An hour?
With catnap, I think it's 10
10
minutes.
minutes. But I'm not like desperate.
I'm not sure I have. I do not have catnap prepared, so
If you
sorry.
if you want, maybe we can go up this way and find where the tracks go, and if they end somewhere around here, we can stop.
Well,
Or we can do a
I
short
can
rest here.
use Prayer of Healing to heal up most everybody.
I'm not super injured.
I don't need anything. I'm good.
If we take a short rest, I would rather do it here than in some unknown location close to town. Or even worse, close to Dean's house.
True. Let's put it this way. I think Gail and I are the only ones who've been hurt since our last short rest.
Yeah, but the excess I can still use to give temporary hit points to a few people.
Day can
No
also
wasted healing there.
get back with spell slots.
Yeah, the only thing that I really care about is if we don't rest now, then we won't have passed that trace as we head towards Dean.
I'm gonna say I'm impartial on this.
I mean, again, I don't feel so strongly about it. I'm not like desperate for it. It's just an idea. If you think we should move faster rather than take a break, then we move faster. And if we avoid town to the best of our abilities, then
I'm inclined to
Ideally.
think if we rest, it may give him a chance to get away or something. I don't know.
Well, he's not going to be leaving the island.
I know, but he seems to be on his own right now, and it might be easier to get him on his own versus in the town.
I wonder if he went to one of those sunken ships.
that was my initial thought, was that he might live on a sunken ship, but I'm not going to make assumptions.
Oh no, it was just a thought out loud,
Yeah.
I'd say.
If we don't really need it, I would say we don't take it. I say we just keep going.
Gail, you and me are the ones that have hurt. You need a minute, or are you good?
I mean, if everybody else is just going.
Really, it's up to you, Gail.
I don't know how bad you're hurt.
You got burned a bit there,
I'm
so
not bleeding or anything. Everyone seems to think we need to go.
The question is, are we going to expect
we
a
can do
large
the-
fight?
I would say then do the 10 minutes. Do the 10 minutes with the healing. Give it to Gail. Give it to Mercy. And then we
Oh,
can go. It's 10 minutes versus an hour. I think 10 minutes is better
Yeah.
than taking an hour. That's just my thought. I don't really need it either way, so in my opinion really doesn't matter. The ones who matter are the people who are hurt. And if Gail wants to take an hour break, we can take an hour break. Because I would rather him be healthy and at his top than versus going in weak.
we can take 10 minutes then. I don't know how big the fight's gonna be. Hopefully, no fight or not very big, but I mean, it lasts, so.
Alright. So then Haro will do prayer of healing while everybody's down by the dinghies. He will target, first of all, the 3 injured people, Gale, Mercy, and Jotun. And then he will also target Maddie, Rudy, and himself, because you can get temporary hit points from the healing.
Sounds great.
So it's a very low roll, but 8 still might be enough to keep people from going down.
So, Jolly,
So-
you're getting 8 points of temporary hit points.
Oh, okay.
All right. So getting the prayer of healing done, and patching up the few folks who are badly injured. You guys want to start heading back over towards where you last saw his tracks?
Yep.
Okay.
Sure.
Stealth checks, and then once you get there, survival check.
Okay.
I'll be in Foxroom for this because I don't have to talk to
29.
Fucking hell, 39,
No, no,
Oh, no,
pass
no,
that
it ended.
trace.
29, 16.
That
Great.
one.
How did I roll mine and Rose and I rolled a 26 on hers?
Gail didn't do too bad.
That wasn't that bad.
Gail is stealthier than me.
Mercy, everyone was stealthier than you.
To be fair, if it was really bad, I could always just cast invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll not worry about it right this second.
Shouldn't look at your rolls. I'm sorry.
No, don't worry, hon.
I saw him preparing to roll, taking all the dice sets out of the little dice tray, and I was like, oh.
On the bright
so,
side, we have
you
3
guys,
high, 3 low, and a mid.
Continue on your way over towards where you last saw Dean's tracks. As you guys are making yourselves over to this direction, Mercy.
Yep.
You, unfortunately, trip when you're near the town. And
Lot
in
of
your
clanks.
plate mail, you do tend to make a bit of a clattering sound. Ro, actually, being so close to Mercy, very swiftly actually kind of like grabs her and just like kind of scoots her out of the way. As you guys do note, one of the fish people kind of poking their head out of a nearby building and looking around. And they just kind of put their head back into the building. And you guys get back up. Quickly start moving away as fast as possible.
Well, I guess we'll
Yeah,
do
you guys, you went with a roll on that one, and they rolled a 4. So
Gonna do a survival check now, I guess.
it's survival now.
Woohoo! That's a 25.
Continuing to follow Dean's tracks, they will continue on towards the northeast for quite a ways. I believe that would be like 1 mile. Just about. So about a mile out, you note that the scrubland and brush. Hello?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's lip gloss.
Oh, okay. I heard something fall. I was like, oh no, someone's fucking dead.
I fixed it.
Okay. You know that the scrubland and brushland becomes a bit more evident, and you see less and less trees. Continuing out even further, about 2 miles out, the ground becomes unstable, badly damaged, cracked, crumbled, and oddly, very odd looking in some places. Continuing to follow his tracks, you move along this way, and you see more of these odd fissures that go down into the ground, fairly deep.
Mercy's just gonna grab Gale. She doesn't trust herself. And if she falls, she wants the strongest person to catch her.
Or fall with her.
You're coming with me!
I've done that once. To Rudy.
What?
Pulled someone down with me.
No, not me. Thank
Continue
you.
along.
I've already had to deal with that.
Yeah, that's what I said. I pulled you down.
You guys will eventually find yourselves standing at one of the northernmost points of this island. You see that his footsteps end at the shore, and they go up from there.
He's returned to sea.
Or he went to one of these weird little islands out here.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think water walk would get us through enough of these? I'm not meaning this actual pattern, I'm just...
Sprint!
Well, I can cast it with a spell slot, and we won't have to wait, or I can cast it ritually.
If you guys wish, you guys can make perception checks. Tracking now, it's kind of out the window.
Yeah, I figured.
The only time you'll be able to do proper tracking is if you head on the island and then look for tracks. That'd be it.
19.
Sure.
15,
I will look with my
14.
bad eyes.
I will look with my eye.
My bad. Nope.
Nope.
Beautiful.
Ours.
You get used to it eventually.
Okay. Anybody else? Ro, remember, you do have a scope.
Okay, I do this thing.
Two very sleepy people
Are you
today.
are you still rib sleepy?
I haven't touched the mouse for the last like 3 hours. Jessica's been rolling everything. I'm over here like in my chair.
It's okay, you got a 1.
Hell yeah. I get to re-roll that.
Oh, yeah.
Roll that.
Don't try to fuck with me.
You got a 6.
Alright. I can't re-roll that one.
Jill,
sling
apparently the rib sleepiness has passed over not just to you, but also to Ro.
She's like, I don't fucking see anything.
Shit, fuck. So Haru, sniffing in this situation really doesn't do much to help with this.
Yeah, worth a shot.
Yeah, the smell of the sea, the air itself, the fog, all of it just makes it very difficult for you to find anything using just smell alone. Gale and Dea, just by liberty of where you are able to see the two damaged ships over here and over there. They look like they've been there for a little while, but you note that they do look oddly similar. Uniform, almost. Mercy, you note one other thing. At this furthest island at the very back, you note that there is what appears to be a set of ruins.
I knew you were hiding something. Hey guys. I could be wrong, but I think creepy cult dude might be going on to the island with the ruins.
Creepy cult.
I would be on your side there because that's where his footsteps left off, and if he was going the most direct path, I mean, why would you dive off here if you're gonna go over to the island on the right, you know?
True.
Very well.
Does this mean we have to walk on water to get there?
I mean, we don't have a boat.
Wanna swim?
We could use Gale as a boat.
Like the Incredibles.
I mean,
Everybody climb on Gale's back. Gale, paddle as hard as you can. Go.
or if you cast water walking on me and we find enough to make a raft, I could just drag all of you.
Ooh.
I mean, if we're casting water walk, doesn't it like? Does it make a difference if we cast it on one? Or
No,
all?
it affects up to 10 creatures.
You're fine.
It's funny to think about Gale being a boat.
It really is, though.
Because I just imagine, like, old cartoons where you see someone lying on the back and someone is pedaling using them as the boat.
I was actually gonna make a reference to something, and then I realized I shouldn't. Never mind.
Gale's always wanted to be a motorboat.
Oh no!
Are we in an extreme rush?
I don't think so at the moment, because we'd be able to see him if he was coming back.
And I will ritually cast it.
It takes 10 minutes. It's fine.
It took only 10
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
You can do so. About 2 hours. So by this point, it was like what, midnight when we finished last session?
Yeah.
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 Wow,
So by this point,
So
it's
it's
about
like
2 in the morning.
2 in the morning.
It is still dim out. Cannot see very much, but you
Can
can
I-
hear the rushing of the waves around you. Yes.
Can I keep an eye out?
Yeah, absolutely. Perception check.
It's not that I don't trust this area. I just don't trust it. 21.
Fair. Also, I'm a little chilly now.
You're the one who.
Look, I know. You don't need to remind me. It was getting warm. So.
I'll turn it off.
Yeah, Mercy. With your perception check, keeping an eye out around you, you would again note the absolute absence of all animal wildlife. Nothing around you is chirping or howling. No faint rustling of snakes in the grass.
I want to
Just
hug my dog.
nothing.
I hate this.
Looking out to the ocean, you also would just note the vicious thrashing and movement of the waves. No occasional hopping of any fish coming out of the water. No bugs flying around. Nothing. It is dead around here. But you don't note any creatures coming at you. Haru, you'd be able to cast off Water Walk.
Alright.
So you guys will all be under the influence of the Water Walk spell.
Is it a good idea to walk on the water?
It'll probably be at least difficult terrain. With
It certainly is, but like, as long as you guys are careful, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Well, you can't
that's
drown.
not-
I'm sure
That's not.
because of something's under the water.
Yeah, that's more what I
The thing
need.
is something under the water. We do have water walk. As long as we could get out, we'll return to the surface.
What if the thing is underneath us?
That's again. We have water walk. Even if it pulls us under, if we can break the grip, we can go back up.
It's very strong,
Rudy?
is it not?
Rudy, the thing is very deep underwater right now. If the thing that got the sacrifice and my crab is the thing, it is very deep underwater. If it makes you feel better, we can take the shortest routes across the water and go from island to island to island to island.
Okay, that would make me feel better, actually.
So shortest route going, yeah,
basically, yeah.
Because that would be fast.
And that would limit. It wouldn't be the most direct path, but it would limit the amount
much
of
we're on the
time we are on the water to the greatest degree.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I would prefer that.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be our fastest route.
Yep.
Fine. And whatever.
You guys can do so. You guys begin making your way across the water, going from area to area to area. Wait, is it here? No, it's here.
Yeah.
Would you guys be so kind as to make me some perception checks?
Yeah.
Fun.
And because fuck it.
Yes, please.
1 RD 2.
Ooh.
Nope, got a natural 1.
Oh.
Ah, darn. Well, I got a 19.
19, 20, 6, 11, 22.
Maddie did the best of us.
Maddie did the best.
You all did surprisingly well, except for me, Ro, and Rudy.
I mean, Rudy never does well, guys.
I mean, Hope still got double digits, so.
I did average.
So, everybody who rolled below 15, so basically everybody except for Dea, Gale, and Maddie, everything appears to be fine. Meanwhile, Maddie, Gale, Dea, you guys all get this sick, crawling feeling that goes down your spine. It reminds you very much of being watched.
Hey, you guys should know what that feels like. I had the misfortune doll out while you were gone.
Let's get a
Do I
move
a
on.
feeling as to from where?
That's the worst part of it. It feels like it's very far away, but it's still watching you.
Well, I look down, so
You do not notice anything down below you.
that's the first place I look.
Do you think we're being spied on?
That's a save.
It's a save-based thing.
But that's meta. But
That's meta, and also I'll just tell you, no, it's not scry. You're fine.
Look, Jessica and Mercy are a dumbass when it comes to some spells.
that's fair. Well, let's keep moving because I don't like the feeling of being watched on the water.
I mean, we really don't have any other choice besides to go forward.
Yeah. No turning back now.
If anyone feels uneasy, just stick close to someone else. Buddy system, this bullshit.
Aridit is very close to Gale. I'm going to point that out. Like, extremely.
You know
He's
what?
basically
Paul
clinging
will
to
just
Gale.
go into fox form and perch himself in Gale's antlers.
Everyone feels safe with Gale.
Yup.
Well,
I'm holding on to Maddie's sleeve.
Okay.
Mercy's
You
gonna
got-
make sure Ro's not too far behind.
Ro holds on to no man.
Yeah. I figured that was the answer. That's why Mercy was just going to make sure she was near.
Jill, question.
Ro holds a gun.
What about a woman?
No.
Okay then.
No whoa man either.
What about an Indian?
Only non-binary. That's
They
it.
only hold on to things with questionable genitals.
No gender allowed.
Gender is a construct.
It's true.
It's true. So you guys make your way to the last island, and then onto the final island where you guys would note, appearing from the crashing waves, there are large footprints heading up further towards the ruins.
Mm-hmm. I wonder where they go.
So, is there anything you guys want to do right now?
No.
We're probably going to be ending the session here. Is my
Yes,
yeah.
basically. That's why I'm asking.
So, final prep. Well, I mean, pre-final prep, because I guess we have some time at the beginning of the next session. But
Yes.
It's not really
I'm
worthwhile
good.
for me to cast Sanctuary until I know I need it because it only lasts a minute.
yeah, I don't have anything to do except maybe a perception check. But I don't know how useful that would be. So I'm just gonna let that go
It's very much up to you.
at least until next session.
So, in that case, you guys now landing upon the ruined island that is near Harproy, with a few of you feeling eyes on your back, begin to prepare to go hunt down Dean, the man who may be responsible for everything that's occurred on Harproy. And we'll be leaving off there, and we'll be picking this up next session. Thank you all very much for showing up and watching our stream. Thank you very much, all of you, for playing in the game. I really do appreciate having you guys here. Thank you, all of you, really. Anything else you guys want to say before we sign off?
Look for Dicefunctional on podcast feeds. Just look up Dicefunctional. We're on all podcast feeds.
Oh, yeah.
There.
That is actually a very good reminder. We're basically in all podcast feeds now. Spotify, iTunes, correct? iTunes?
Oh, yes, on iTunes.
Yay!
What's it?
we're up-
Podbean?
Yeah, Podbean basically goes to all like of the random ones because I
Yeah.
don't like. Yeah, but yeah, we're on all podcast feeds. Look us Dicefunctional. We're up to episode 51.
Mhm.
So we're slowly getting all our backlog up. We should get it by the end of August, hopefully. If one goes up a day every weekday. So we have Kobold Quest coming up. This week. It should be up on Tuesday. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Look us up.
In that case, again, thank you to all of you for showing up, and yeah, I'll see you next week.
Say bye,
Bye.
stream.
Bye.
Bye, Shane.
Bye,
Bye.
stream.